Good evening, welcome. It's a Friday, it's a night, and it's Brewskis or the Broskis. And me, Broski Steve, and him, be your brother food.
What's up, guys? He's all right.
That's just what it says on your thing.
I know I say yes. I'm thinking, kind of be asked to change it now. They know who we are. They know who we are. I know things get done around here.
Right, so tonight we've got a packed show. We've got 4 guests.
Yeah, four, I think. Yeah.
And it's basically the reaction to the action of last week. Me and Marty, we went just to watch a wrestling event, and we ended up commentating the whole event.
It was absolutely fantastic, though, wasn't it, to be honest?
You know, the one thing I'm a bit chewed about is that we had to pay for that privilege.
I know. I'm going to broker, like I said, I've broken a deal with James when he comes on, or we'll broker a deal with James when he comes on, say that we're going to commentate on every show, but we're not paying for tickets anymore. If we're commentators, we're not paying for tickets. It's not.
We're going to boys to come again because they loved it.
Ah, they absolutely loved it. Like Joel, like every time I looked over, he had his phone, he's on recording it. He was getting involved. Like
when he had the belt on.
But Joel looks like he could be an absolutely super bad in.
Oh yeah,
100%. Like nobody would get that title off Joel.
Oh God, Rafinha, how is he not in the book there? He just nearly tried to keg someone.
Get up there, Rafinha. But yeah, we're saying like coming on the show, we've got obviously the guests. We've got the guests from the wrestling company that we went to do the event for. They'll be on in about 15 minutes time, and we're just going to review the full show and talk obviously about what it's got coming up as well. But we absolutely loved it. They said we went down, maybe thought we'd get one match in, and we walked up and James was like, oh, well, yeah, there's the full table because he's doing the full show. We're like, shit, if we knew.
Wasn't even James.
I know.
I keep calling them.
If we knew, we would have took our fucking setup and we could have done a live show when we were there. Also, we've got that in the bank for the next time.
Aye, of course.
But yeah, it was me. Like, I'll tell you the story now, but I'll tell James and all when he comes on. But there's a video that got posted from the triple threat match, and from the other side of the room when he gets put through the table, you literally hear me from the announce table shouting, "He's put him through the table!" I was fucking buzzing. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But it was class. I absolutely loved the event. It was what a night it was.
It was a great night.
Obviously hosted in the Vic and Easington Inn, which was a nice little workman Corryman's club, which again, good night all night round. It was class.
We done the commentary, had a few beers, won a shots competition.
Oh yeah,
the big brothers were all over the
place. I think it was like me and Steve versus the owner of the pub and some geezer that got married and come back there for an after party. I think trying to take on Big Brother Soon in a Jaeger bomb contest. And
they even got you a brother in to snick 4 off them, and we still beat them.
It just doesn't work like that. Like when you come against the big boys, gotta come on.
Well, I had to drag you around a bit, Marty.
You're a heavyweight, I'm a cruiser.
Double weight.
Middleweight. Bubble weight. But it was absolutely class. I loved the night. And James rang us the other day after he went on there. CCW went on live with the video about the Halloween event, the one that's held in somewhere. And I was like, oh, James, I was like, I do stuff for the kids on Halloween, so I kind of get there because they've got minimum ticket thefts. But we'll be there for Christmas one and all the rest of them. But
got your kids?
Nah, no, it's not happening. No, we're good. But it's been a weird week as well. Like, it's just been a busy week, been a weird week. We've had obviously trouble with the kids being bullied and stuff, and it's just been an absolutely crazy week. So I cannot wait. Just to, like I said, for tonight, just to have a bean, just relax a little bit. It's nice just to.
Fuck me, Rafinha's had another shot on target. Does he have no fucking lives, that bastard?
He never gets a shot on target when I put him on out there.
No.
But well, he'll still be gone on me bets for every week because he just does.
I see him. Anytime there's a bet builder with him on, I'll have him on there.
100%. But yeah, so we've got James and the boys on, reaction to the after action and a few beers. Bit of a mix and match with the beers because it was a tough one getting all the beers in, but we've got a few decent ones and a couple of Modelos while we're waiting just to kick things off.
Courtesy of the big lad.
That's Steve. But when we're doing the commentary, we're like, it felt weird calling you Steve as well. Like I kept referring back to it. It's like, say that Steve, check that Steve. And I was thinking, what is Steve? Like I'd never called you Steve. I was like, what is going on? It was weird as out. But like I said, once we do the next show, it'll be back to get in there, big dog, get him.
That's it. It's like Kevin a bit surprised. So like we're really unprepared. We thought we'd do maybe one match and would have Lord Stone helping us. And next thing you know, it's like he was going to be on 1 or 2 games, and then
he fucked after the first fight. We're like, all right, it's us.
And then it was going to be us. We didn't know who was fighting. What the lineup was. So I asked people around, who's this coming out?
It was. I think it was a good show. So like I said, I can't wait for the next one. But where we'll be more prepared and we'll, like I said, get our setup in and do a live from us as well, which would be good. I think take both ring lights in, get our full setup, give us our corner, give us our full corner back again, and we'll work on this next time. Class.
That's it.
Be more prepared.
Definitely. So, did everyone just pick a drink each? Did they?
Yeah. There's 2 of them that we haven't got because I think Taylor and McGregor both picked this weed bottle, which I couldn't find in Morrison's. But I just picked the Vocation one. I picked the Roadkill for us. And then obviously I just picked then the other ones for us afterwards.
Babyface Assassin, Icebreaker, and Morehouse's Blonde Witch. Christina.
I think I did. But Christina picked that one because she said, this is what you think of me. And I was like, it's kind of funny actually.
Do you know what? It's the first time I really had a meaningful conversation with you last.
When? In the car,
right? A reaction to some gossip was unbelievable. Driving down and this is why she's had loads of crash, driving down the A19 at 70 miles an hour. I said something, she's like, really? Like, eyes on the road, love, eyes on the road.
She can't miss out on a conversation. It doesn't do her justice when she's missing out on something.
I was like, eyes on the road, Christina, Jesus Christ. You've got previous on this road, love. I don't want to die.
Just about that point and all it was.
Look, he was in the Aston Martins around, eh?
Oh, no, ridiculous, man, absolutely ridiculous. But it was class. Like, I loved like the full day of Ollie's match in the morning, first win for the boys, 7-0, great defending, great clean sheet. Sunday match, a bit lost because I was on my Todd, but it was weird.
What was that?
And now we sat with the boss, didn't he? So
that's true.
So I was a bit weird.
Same like me there, boy, was it?
Like you, I was sweaty, not there. It was just weird. It was just dodgy. But then obviously went to yours, a couple of beers, then to the rest of them, midnight. Mint day was class.
Oh, what do you think of the present I bought me, godson?
Oh, mint. Like I wouldn't let somebody buy for Ollie because you know what my opinion on kids buying over like strips. I just don't agree with it. But if people like that, then I'd be all out that. I'd be buying them it as well. But Greasy, that's mint. Absolutely class.
Well, his son's a Sheffield United fan, so I didn't give a shit about him.
I didn't.
Wearing other shirts, you know what I mean?
Like, red and white in it, and so it fits.
He's from Sheffield, isn't he? His son, so how Dave's like that. He goes with Sheffield down there, been down there, and all her family Sheffield United fans. He kind of Sheffield United fan. He goes, but however, he is coming up to Sunderland games. Like, yes. I think his first one, I think in January, I was like, well, I'll try and get the brolly there as well.
That's it. Well, I had this conversation again with Christine after the training with Ollie and Emilio on Wednesday night, coming back home. And I don't know why, but I cannot stand people like who put kids in a different team strip. Like I didn't like it. I can't get away with it. Like Ollie will never wear any other strip or a Sunderland strip or an England strip. I don't mind
if like the kids are wearing like say a Real Madrid.
That's where I was coming from. I don't mind a foreign club strip like a Barcelona, Real Madrid. Yeah. Like, but I wouldn't put them in another English team strip. It wouldn't happen. Would not happen.
No, definitely not.
Oh, it gets my goat every time I have that conversation because she just doesn't get it.
He's 4-year-old Fraser. He's like he's Sheffield United fan, but the thing is like he doesn't understand at that age. Like obviously at Ollie's age you wouldn't expect it, but I think like if Ollie was like 3 or 4 and he was wearing like a Man City shirt or something like that, it wouldn't really bother me because he doesn't. If he says like, "Oh, I really like," because Fraser said, "I really like that shirt," so David gets him it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he just doesn't understand that like these are a club that he shouldn't support. You know what I mean?
I think it's just one of those things. But yeah, as it stands now, Ollie wouldn't get in any of his strip bar, Son and strip on England strip, and that's just how it is. But Christina just doesn't get that either. So as it is at the moment, it is what it is.
Are you shocked that Christina doesn't get it?
Nah, not really. Not really.
Tell you what, man, watching this game, Leeds United could have been about 3 or 4-0 up.
Could there? Like massive, easy.
Mate, it should have been a penalty. Newcastle have been fucking piss poor.
Absolutely garbage.
I think Ealing's just took a fucking clip to the jar.
See, I'm trying to get I've just seen the waiting room, right? And now it's just disappeared. What is? I wonder if it's there. Oh yeah. Oh, Mr. McGregor's in there waiting.
We'll let him wait a little bit longer, shouldn't we?
He's the only one that's waiting. He's the only one that's waiting.
You're still a cunt. All right, where he's fucking hell. Nice to see you.
I know that. That was fantastic. I'll tell you what, us commentators got some fucking stick on Saturday night though.
I know.
We got Nilo. There was only the fucking.
I'll spit at you. I'm threatening to get spit at.
I know.
And I was on his team.
What was it called? The Viking. What was it called?
Ulfric.
Ulfric, yeah, Ulfric Winterwolf. Winterwolf was the only one showing us fucking love.
We did look after his.
We did look after his axes as well.
Aye.
And his fucking saber tooth with his beer in.
Saber tooth. Viking horn.
Saber tooth, Viking horn, same thing.
Fucking hell, how big the fucking saber's head.
Massive.
Fucking that big.
You know what I thought? Originally I thought the shot glasses that we got them in the saber tooth then. So that's what I thought at Graham's.
No, it's a Viking horn type thing, isn't it?
It was a Viking, it was class.
Aye, fucking McGregor giving us shit as usual. Can't believe his boy won.
Nah.
Come on, fucking with elite tablishy, because it's fucking the screen's cut even more off.
I bet he's there. I bet he's got his background and behind him again tonight with that on there.
I bet you he's fucking got that smirk look on his face.
You know he's going to be absolutely smug over tonight, and he just. I bet he goes. Well, you muppets have nothing to say now, do you?
What does he call Barris all the time?
A pillock. I bet we get that. You know what? He's waiting. Should we get him in while we wait for the rest of them?
No, we'll just wait until they all come.
All them in?
We're not filtering in one at a time. We're giving McGregor more airtime than he deserves.
Yeah, actually, I didn't want him gloating longer than what he needs to gloat, because he's going to be gloating all night, isn't he? I was watching one of the videos last night with Thatcher jumped in and did his promo last night, and then James jumped on as well on his show, and because Thatcher was fucking hell, I can't get my word. He was tapping out. He was tapping out, and nobody seen it. Taylor didn't see it, which has been a bit of a controversy there. Obviously, we seen him hitting with the knuckle ducks, which is called Big Ben supposedly. But we seen that clear as day. Anybody else seen it?
Well, they had the enforcer out, didn't they? The beast from the northeast.
I mean, he is a beast as well, isn't he? He's an absolute unit. Is Mr. Carnage?
Is that what his name is, Mr. Carnage?
Mr. Carnage.
He's Carnage either. Christina's back.
Who's that? The pizza shop guy. Pizza shop guy after us. Christina, I'm recording here, man. I didn't need a conversation right now. I know, of course, not. It's my order. So yeah, he was definitely the beast from the northeast. Mr. Carnage lives by his name and reputation, doesn't he?
Is Ollie there?
Hi, Ols.
Ollie, come here.
Ollie, Steve wants you.
I heard you wussed out of a challenge the other day.
What?
At training. Pulled out the challenge at training. Yeah. You didn't. You went to Mum, I'm going to get grounded for pulling out that tackle.
Ollie, I heard
That's what you said.
And the guy went in, you went.
Because you said every time I pull out of the tackle, I get.
I heard you turned into a mick.
You will. You will do it in a match. Right, be gone. Scaramouche. Say
See
bye.
you later, Ollie.
Say bye to the world.
Bye.
Come and say bye to the world then.
By a third of the world.
Not a third of the
Yeah,
world, but
Ollie.
full world.
Ollie,
A
just think, Ollie, that one day you will grow into that t-shirt.
A third.
All right, see you later. Mr. Carnage, like he's a
He
unit.
was
isn't he?
Carnage.
Hey,
He was Carnage. McGregor fucking writing checks with his goal with that Carnage was
that's
checking.
it. Carnage was cashing his checks for him. Like
Some guy was just in there doing a promo. McGregor comes out like the big galoot he is. Carnage comes out and fucking throws them all over.
I couldn't believe the size of his legs and his quads. Like
I know.
it was
What
literally.
was Batista?
It was big as my shoulders. Like, I couldn't believe when he walked past the next to him. I was like, he said you're a wimp, and he looked like
I was like that.
no, it wasn't me. I absolutely bricked this.
If I'm gone like that, mate.
He was a unit, and he just had a little smug look. But yeah, well, we've got. Oh, we did have 3 of them in waiting. Two of them's in now.
Who's in?
McGregor and Damo.
Gotta wait until Barras, really.
I know that. Gotta wait till the boss man gets in. But yeah, he was the boss man ETA. Carnage is he's a whopper, he's a unit to me. But when we got Dustin Hart out there, we were asking to signaturize his moves, and he's tackling it, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes, the SR. He didn't want the DHO, which I can understand, but the SRA and Buzzin took that one. James just said. Oh, just a minute. I think it's just a minute. He said. I think
Like mid-stroke. Yeah, guys, give us a minute.
I think James said him and the priest are doing it together with the backdrop and stuff behind them.
Yeah.
So that'll be them.
Oh, mate,
Once he's in. Fuck,
you're dying to get into that food, aren't you?
Like she best bring it out for us.
Look,
Look,
this podcast going to turn into a thing where Marty's just fucking smashing.
absolutely smashing food. Taylor Truth just put this in the pod waiting for James. Over there, you need it. It's not focusing, but some kid tapping his fingers, like come on then. And then he had a conversation with himself like, "Does it? Crying face." But I turned into full Daz the other day, didn't I? Conversation.
Turned into full Daz for the last few days you have.
I know. It's that fucking Daz influence on us.
When I sent that one in earlier,
Got my chips in there. Yes.
the Jay and Silent Bob one, right? I messaged out with Dave separately and saying, I bet you Marty says wrong brother.
I was going in.
He loves the car.
On to God. I wish I and I know this is going to sound really greedy of me and really fat, right? But I've got a 12-inch pizza, right? That's what I'm going to squat now. And there's a big, massive pizza slice missing out. So I was going to say, Christine, there must be big rats in that place, is there? Because she's clearly took a slice.
Yes. Literally smashed into it.
But she's took a slice and filled it with chips. Oh, yeah. Taylor's there. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Right.
So we've got them all in. So tonight, guys, like I said, we've got the CEO of CCW Wrestling. We've also got a few of the talents on the show as well. And now we're going to get them in.
And we also have Mr. McGregor.
And Mr.
No
McGregor.
talent.
He is the
No nothing.
advocate. So once we get them in now, well, obviously we're going to talk about the show, have a few beers, and we'll just go from there. But yeah,
I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be an absolute carnage.
it's going to be carnage in a half. Oh, well, James has just dropped out for some reason. So,
Jesus Christ.
right, we're going to right, we're going to bring them in. They've waited long enough. We're going to bring them in. James will get in when he gets in now. So, guys, everybody, welcome in CCW. All in all, they're coming in now. What has James just said, actually? Oh, there we go. Waiting. Oh, yeah, we know. Here we go. Bringing them in one by one. Drop them in. James, McGregor, Damo, Taylor, they're all in.
Is he smoking a cigar? Really?
Who's smoking us? Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. It started already. McGregor ran it.
He's giving it the big licks already, isn't he?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Paris, we could always bloody pillock.
I can hear you, Clem Fandango. How's it going, lads? You all right?
Thanks so much for joining.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this, mind you. Why the hell is the Reverend over there waiting to come on for? Absolutely shocking this, like. Hurry up, Reverend. I can't believe this, like.
I'm kind of lost to what's going on here. I don't really know what's happened.
Well, I think Damo's lost because it looks
Partly
like
pleased. The ranting Reverend has arrived.
Who it is.
I don't understand how I can even fucking.
CCW.
Love your background, Damo. Absolutely lovely.
Oh yeah, this is my autumn residence in Reykjavik, Iceland. It's really nice out here, nice and chilled. Just getting myself ready to enjoy some reruns of the Airwaves Festival, and of course drink some beer that's been supplied to me by our lovely friends over at beerhoundsuk.com.
Get the cheap. We haven't even started plugging anywhere yet, and Damo's got excited with the plugs.
I think Damo dropped some acid before he came on.
Where's Taylor?
Can you hear us?
I can see you.
I can't see you.
I can hear you, Taylor.
I can see and hear Taylor.
As long as we can, that's all right. Can you see them both, Martin?
Paris, shut your neck.
Yeah, shut up here, you Tory bastard.
What? Ain't nothing wrong with a Tory bastard. Can we just say that's a winning heavyweight championship?
Here we go.
Tory, that is the elite establishment.
We put it down to being within the opening minute before he starts flapping his gums about this.
The man who can't see a wrestler topping out.
Shut up, fatty.
James is not happy about this.
I can only see 4 of you.
I think if you click,
Well, is that one for each eye, is it?
if you click in the top right hand corner, it'll see a view and it'll see a speaker or everybody.
I can see all 6 of us, all 7 with a fat priest.
Yeah.
Why is the priest getting some stick here?
Taylor, what's your choice of nibbles tonight? I've got McCoy's Mucho Nacho Cheese. That's yours.
I've got crisps, but I've eaten them.
Marty's got a pizza and I've got beer.
I've got beer, and if I get hungry, I'll eat the can.
We had to get some. So how's everybody doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just, like I say, I've never used this before, this Zoom, but so can you hear us and you can see us, yeah?
Yeah.
James, I think you need to bring the mic closer to you because it's really dull.
I haven't got a mic.
No. Okay, then leave it as it is.
S21, I'm going to have to get the part for the S21 because they don't have an aux cable. So I'm going to have to get that sorted and sort that out. Is there no headphone jack in the S21? No.
Alternatively, you could get a little webcam and use your laptop with it and stick a microphone into the side of that. I know a good microphone. I know a good microphone.
To be honest, it's your own fault having a Galaxy phone to start with.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there.
See, what I use, Barras, is I use like Bluetooth headphones. That's like kind of the future now.
I've got some. They came with the phone, whatever they are, the buds or something, but I ain't got time to use them.
Leviticus 71:4 says, "Thou shalt not use means of communication which doesn't involve copper wire." It's ungodly, isn't it, Davey?
Anyway, how is the Reverend doing? Because he's very quiet back there.
I am fine.
Have you recovered from last week?
From the weekend, but I am fine. And I was asked to come on this show, and as a man of my word, I've come.
Come on, David. Already? You've only been on 10 minutes.
I suppose that's a record.
And he's black garb as well, you know. Jesus.
So that's
that's going to leave a stain.
Broskis, did you have a good time at Rumble in the Underground?
Yes, I think that our commentary would make a big shoddy in places because we didn't know who was fighting at some points. Because we just got left by ourselves.
Like we had about a 15-minute intro there before you guys jumped on, and we were saying like it was an absolute midnight. Like to think that we were only doing like one match, maybe two, but to rock up in there, Lord someone saying actually, yeah, you're doing the full night. We're like, oh shit, all right, then let's get it in. But it was mint. We absolutely loved it. And I was saying to Stephen, I'll tell you again now. In the triple threat match, when somebody put somebody through the table, the camera was across the other side of the ring, and you could hear me on the announce table going, "He's put him through the table!" I was absolutely buzzing. I was so happy.
At least you didn't say he's put him through the fucking table.
I mean,
there could be a few of them in there.
Times, I'm not going to lie. We did try and keep it clean, but it just didn't happen all night long.
Look, we're an unfiltered podcast. This is what happens when you get us on.
We've just come to the conclusion here, James. If we're going to do commentary for you on every show, we're not paying for another fucking ticket here. This is bang out of order.
Oh, did you have to pay? I thought I'd give you a freebie.
Unbelievable. Absolutely stung us.
He's there to commentate. Oh, that's even better.
We have been in the queue of like 6 or 7 people, and we are still paying for our tickets commentating.
Hey, it's a privilege.
The privilege to have us on the show is what it is. It was absolutely class. We loved every second. So again, thank you for having us, and thank you for
what was your favourite was the Rob Bagwell, the tag, wasn't it?
Oh, all day long.
Is it because Rob Bagwell won?
Yeah, all day.
I'm glad you got to witness that, because that's not happening again on the 31st, mate. Palmer is going to take him apart.
Palmer will destroy Bagwell on Halloween. It will be Bagwell's Halloween horror show.
Absolutely, man.
Serious. I mean, why can't I take the priest, the Reverend, serious?
Davey, go and take your face for a shite.
That's why. That is why. My guy.
You know what is right? McGregor is an absolute arsehole, isn't he?
No, you got it wrong. He's a total cunt, is what he is.
Yeah. I went and went, oh, good to see you, McGregor. And he goes, you too, you're still a cunt. I'm thinking myself, cheers, mate. Nice to see you again, Colin.
Good to see you still in character.
Never leave it, to be honest. Never leave it.
What is this like? Well, I thought it was a facade. Is this just McGregor how he is?
He genuinely is.
Yes. All that's different is his name at the end.
All the difference is now he hasn't got that big guy standing behind him. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No.
That can soon change.
He walked past when we were doing the commentary, and I went, Carnage, he says you're a wussy. And he looked at him and was like, no, didn't.
I was like, he said you're a pussy, and I was like, he looked at us and I went,
that's a lie.
No, Sean is a big lad.
Sean's a unit, and he's an absolute unit.
Well, just before we announced the date of this, he'd been training for like 3 months, and I hadn't seen him for a month. I just looked around, and he was like, I know it. My leg is as big as your blooming arms. Absolutely massive.
That's big arm.
But all for the show, all he wanted to do was rip his shirt off and show the girls his chest. That's all he wanted. He was supposed to wait for me to say, and that's genius. But I'd have to say, and that's it. Straight up. Let's have a look at me pegs.
You might have had this t-shirt on long enough, guys. Coming up.
That wasn't the worst bit. When he come back across the ring and I was still talking on the microphone, he grabs all of the ropes and starts pulling up and down. And anyway, I had the microphone hit me in my face. I had a little bit of a cut down my face where the microphone.
But let's be honest, no-one's got to turn around and say, hey, mate, stop doing that.
He had license to do whatever he wanted, really, didn't he?
Yep.
I just can't wait until he turns on McGregor, me.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not going
Pulls
to
his
happen.
fucking head off.
Yeah, remember all the things he said to us and just flicks him out the arena.
Well,
What
Yeah,
you
so
eating?
it's nice to have a catch up, nice to have a laugh about it as well. But we come on the show for a reason, is to drink beers. That's what we come
Yes.
on for, really. So
Two
James,
seconds.
I think it's only fitting, as it is your company. You are the boss. We start with you.
With
Just
me,
going to cut in there.
Right.
Unbelievable, Jeff. 1-1. Selling Alan sent Maxim 1-1.
Sent Maximum 1-1. Cheers, Jeff. Back to you,
Jeff.
James.
right. Well, my choice was life and death. Life and death.
I think, did we all manage to get this one? Because I know it was a bit of a trouble getting them.
I had to go to 3 Morrisons, but I got it eventually. I had to buy a pack of 4.
Oh, no way.
You could have just went to Asda and that to sell it in there.
Oh, did they really?
Aye.
See, unfortunately,
Sorry,
Alan.
Damo.
so I was just saying that unfortunately there was a slight logistical issue on my side. I got called away to do some other graft and then had the radio show that this morning and got back and passed out. Woke up again about half an hour ago. So
45 man, didn't worry about it, mate. Like I say, I don't think we've got all the bit. We've got a few here, but there'll be some different, all of us, man.
I wouldn't
But
get
I'm
me.
just wondering.
The one that I
Um,
chose, I drank the last one of on the way back from Barrow and Furnace the other night.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to ask the Reverend a question. So, Reverend, does this can define life and death? Only one person defines life
Here we
and death.
go.
That is not a brewery. The only definer of life and death is the man upstairs.
Steve. Steve's above you right there. Steve, do you define life and death?
I do.
Oh,
Dead.
well, just
Dying.
say yes or no. That would have worked.
I was pointing at McGregor.
Right, so,
No, I'm in the middle at the top here. That's where I am.
It doesn't matter where you are, McGregor on you, it's where it's on ours.
Oh, wait a minute, Alan. Wait, Alan. Wait, Alan. Alan, wait. Wait, Alan.
what's
You're not allowed
happening?
to open it yet. You've got
Why the
to
fuck
have
not?
etiquette.
Eh? What's
Well,
going
you're not allowed to open it yet, are you?
We need to discuss the can first of all. Like,
Yeah.
All right, okay. I'll slow down.
So,
Kayla's
The
actually
can-
itching to smash these in.
I just
Yeah.
saying, drink this big bottle of Kio.
Oh, can I just say something, McGregor? This is my first fucking time on this show, so you can sling your fucking hook.
Hey, just try to
Absolute
keep your right,
error.
Alan.
yeah,
I
so
can't believe that we got
the can-
McGregor back after the last one.
I know, I don't know why we invite him back.
Oh, fuck off if you want.
I think personally this can is pretty all right to look at. The black and the green definitely goes together well, and the green stands out to catch
Yeah.
your eye because if a certain other color was like a blue or a red, it would be too dark. So the green definitely stands out to kind of catch your eye on the title.
I would probably pick the can as a standout can by itself because it, like I said, is a quite catchy can.
I've had a few of these before. They're quite nice.
I think we've had it before, like, but I think we'd like
Not
it if it
this
was a
one,
full
we had the
black can.
blue one.
Sorry?
We had the blue one. We haven't had this one on. I've had this one before, but we haven't had it on here. We had a blue one
Yeah.
called something else.
Cool.
McGregor might like this because it's made in Yorkshire.
Well, I like anything that's made in bloody Yorkshire, don't I? Because
Yeah,
I
cool.
was made in Yorkshire.
It's also vegan friendly. Worth noting for any of the vegans out there.
Next
I'm
week.
not sure.
Oh,
Oh, you go vegan next week.
We get this next week.
I might cook a steak on the show.
So I think as a can, I'll give it a solid 8.5 for the can out of 10.
Oh! How has he just missed that? Sorry, lads. Leave game.
The Reverend might like this can because it says sacrifice on the back. And it's a nice reverendy colour. It's even got what's something that resembles a dog collar. A dog collar, huh? Yes, there's still a bit around the top. Resembles a dog collar.
I'm just glad there's no bloody bat pigeons around tonight.
Hi, jeez.
Who is the bat pigeon?
Can't tell you. Can't tell you. Top
Can
secret.
you tell us off air? Because I need to know who the bat pigeon is off air.
Oh, that is absolute horrendous. Bad
Cool.
call, that, like,
You'll never
Barras.
find out who Batman is, and you'll never find out who Bat Pigeon is.
To quote Tony Schiavone from I think it was 1991's Halloween Havoc, he has a moustache, but that's all we know.
Thank the Stig. Who is the Stig?
Say something actually before we open. Are you opening this now? Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one now.
Fucking hell.
I haven't even smelled it.
Can I,
I thought
just
everybody jumped in, so I was like, I'm gone.
Smell it in the
Probably,
pint pot, innit?
I'm opening it up.
Can I
Love
just
that,
say
mate.
something? Though? Fuck, can I speak?
Oh, no, really
Fucking hell. So, what I was thinking of earlier, I went looking for these beers, and I remember when coffee became like, I'd say sophisticated, where instead of just getting a coffee, you got a fucking latte, a macchiato, a cappuccino, and all that shit. Beers have become the same now. There's so many different ones. I remember we were at North Wrestling, and I just wanted a pint of beer, and he was like, "Oh, which one do you want?" I said, "Well, just your average beer, you know, that's not going to tear me wallet out my pants, but." And there was
a
that
beer.
to choose from. So it's like ordering a bloody coffee. Try to look.
I'll never forget. Dave McKeldon at work, when I come to our local club, he's like, "Oh, what craft beers can do?" I was like, "B. Moretti, I think."
Has anybody had a drink of it yet?
No,
I've had a sniff of it.
doesn't smell the greatest. Only all you'll smell is garlic sauce.
No.
That's your bloody kebab you just had, isn't it?
Very, very fruity, citrusy.
I quite like that smell.
I think it smells quite nice, to be honest. I think it's
I
very
like it. Smells like it smells like a fruity cider.
Yeah, I think it's quite a nice smell.
Yeah.
But anyways, but nice one tonight, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
For reference, this one's me alternate for this particular brew. It is called Any Porter in a Storm by Thirst Class Ale.
Your green screen's going bananas.
I know, sorry. Yeah, it's apparently a traditional English porter. Gotta be having some of that.
Alan, I bet by an hour he's going to be a maniac.
I quite like that actually, and I'll be honest.
Well, hey, look, you got the 4-pack, wasn't it?
I don't drink anything like this, you know.
Well, you're going to be in for a shock tonight with some ones we've had in the past.
But yeah,
I like that.
that's a nice drink. That I could drink that again. Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not as good as Seven Brothers.
No, to be honest, Neeby's got that we're gonna do again. It's going to be as good as Seven Brothers.
I was gonna say Vocation's based down Hebden Bridge, isn't it?
Yes.
I need to get back down to their tap house. I nearly ended up moving there.
I'm not
a few
being funny,
years back.
Lord Storm. What you need to do is set us up with this beer connection so we can get our own beer going on the go, which you mentioned the last time, and that disappeared.
Yep. Unfortunately, one of the connections that I had is retired.
Oh,
But-
I thought you were going to say it passed away. I was going to say, oh my God, he's set
No,
me
no.
big silent. I was like,
No.
You're out
well-
to dry.
He's moved to Marsden. That's pretty much the same thing. I mean, you know,
Not really much happening in Marsden, is it, to be honest?
not really like.
The lots there.
Is that in South Shoot?
Yeah, on the way to
it's
South
okay.
Shields, aye.
Oh, that's actually really, really nice. That I'm glad I bought a 4-pack because I'll probably enjoy that.
Yeah, I like it and all. It's really nice.
Pardon me, it's
Evan,
quite
what do
gassy.
you have to see?
Who got this one? Who picked this one?
James.
Hey,
Oh, fucking hell, Barris. Pulling out the big guns early doors.
The boss come out with
Fucking hell,
the
The best decision you've ever made, that. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I'll tell
I
you
mean,
how.
I think, let's be honest, I think the worst decision was ever made was putting you in charge of that special guest referee on Saturday. Because that was a fucking ropey call and a half.
What a fucking carry on that was.
You know what? I thought you being in charge with having 4 eyes. I thought you'd have them everywhere. You know what I mean? Couldn't even see someone tapping out.
Have 10 pairs of eyes, man, for those slippery fucking weasels.
Oh, they are, mate.
What are you
Slippery as
saying?
fuck, man.
oh, Steve, did you see him tap out?
Yeah.
We were
Right.
screaming on the announce table, screaming for that tap out on the announce
When
table.
you tap there?
Loves it.
I could be a tap dancer, you know, till I fell in the sink.
I thought that was before you felt the vast nuts, because that cleaned you out big time, didn't it?
Well,
Not only did he count them out, he then got the brass knuckles afterwards, just as a well done, mate.
Well, you know, I mean that's what you do to reward him. Yeah, you make sure he has a nice little bit of a rest afterwards.
He definitely had a good rest.
You know what? I'm struggling here. Like, obviously, Truth is a face. McGregor is the ultimate heel. I just kind of pick where you are, Damo.
Well,
Are you like a mini cunt or a cunt in disguise?
This is the thing.
Rumour has it for sitting on that fucking fence all I got splinters in
I
his
know,
hands.
you must have piles or something sitting on there.
when it comes to the graph of the graph of CCW, you've got the x-axis and the y-axis. I'm moving the other way. I'm moving along the z-axis. I choose my own direction. I choose the people who I associate with very, very carefully, dependent on the situation. And I think in 2021 you can make up your own decision where you stand on whether you agree with me and my decisions and mannerisms, or whether you think that think I'm out of line. That's up to you. If I'm out of line, I'm still in my own lane. So
I think me and Marty, if we do commentary again, we need to have like a side, like we'll kind of be both like for the good people. Because I try to be the baddie commentator. Then McGregor come out and I'm like, I kind of do this for him. I kind of support him.
You're the heel commentator. You got to say nice things about me. One's play-by-play, the other one's colour. Colour's usually a heel, so get on with it,
I'll be the heel. I think I could do the heel a lot better than Marty. He's too nice.
I'm too nice. Everywhere that was coming out, I was going, that's my guy, that's my guy, Ian, there. That's my guy.
McGregor, really, is there anything nice to say about that little fat elite weasel?
You talking about me or you?
No, I'm saying you're talking about heel commentators. Is there anything nice to say about that little fat elite weasel?
I was going to say, Damo, when you say a little fat, it could be anyone on this podcast.
You see, the thing is, I struggled at, well, obviously, I got into this for being a fan. So it was kind of, I was always taking the piss out of Mad Max Cooper.
Mad Max got some grief for us on that show.
And then, obviously, I spotted Colin and his fucking political affiliation, which makes us physically sick. So I kind of talked, well, and then obviously when I got brought into it, I thought, well, I have to keep running with this hating Colin thing. And I don't actually hate Colin. I love Colin to bits, but on the character, he's a fucking scumbag.
Well, I've never seen him without a character, because when I thought he would be after the show, he's still
a cunt of us.
That's what tells you he's a very, very good heel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think you do play an absolutely great part, to be honest, there, Colin, there. Like, on and off air, like, it's fantastic.
If the Godfather was to be remade, he'd be the fucking Godfather.
I'm not gonna lie, like, literally on the show on Saturday, after Reverend done his bit, literally every time he passed us out of character and out of suit, I was thinking, I know that guy. Where do I know that guy from? And it was literally, it must have been like 2 hours. And I see, that's the Reverend. He goes, I know, like, I've just realised it's him now. Like, nothing in his get up, I couldn't believe it.
Man, Martin.
Hey?
Did you see the Reverend get slapped off his mum? That was a good bit.
And that was the best thing of the night, that he deserved it. After being a little bitch towards her about 3 weeks ago.
Well, dead easy. She got a distinction tonight on Friday Night Detention. Did Kay?
I missed it. I was in work, so I missed it. So I didn't really see what happened.
Will pay for that.
He won't.
Who will?
Anybody steps in my way, they will pay too. That includes you, fat boy.
Hey.
Again, I don't know if this is me or him.
He's calling him McGregor because you know you can't hear when you say a fat boy. I'm being a lot I done.
I think because Steve calls me the fat lad, so I'm thinking, anybody that sees the fat boy, I think, is it me? I don't know. And because I couldn't really catch what he was saying at first, I'm thinking, is he talking to me or McGregor? Because I don't want to get hit.
We were giving them a bit of grief, calling them weasels, weren't we? When they were
the priest was definitely weasels, yeah.
Never heard you. Never heard you.
No, not you. The two priestesses, as we call them.
The
priestlands. We're calling them Muslims that they're not getting the ring. Didn't like it.
And then when they did get anything, they got done in.
The main thing about my character, as soon as I walk in the building, I'm McGregor. As soon as I walk out, I'm McGregor. And then I can get back in my car and go home as myself. But when you're in there...
Is that not yourself, is it not?
No. I'm a really nice guy.
What is going on here?
Jamie, I'll even say nice things about me when I'm not on character. But apart from that, everyone hates me and I don't care.
To be fair, though, Colin, when you walked out of that curtain, the pop that you got was very impressive. I was expecting to get booed out of the building, but there was actually more for you than against you. So hats off to you. You did well.
I think it's like the Paul Heyman effect, isn't it? Like everyone wants to hate Paul Heyman, but they don't. They love him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why, because he's a little arsehole, but you just love him.
It's a respect thing, I think.
Yeah.
I could just imagine it like
about the people of Agent and Colliery cheering for a Tory, giving a Tory a good reception. I mean, them people are idiots.
Davey,
Well,
how can you call
I'm
anyone
not-
good way to get them on side though. Call them idiots.
I'm not going to disagree with you there, mate. To be fair though, they've lived 4 or 5 generations in Easington. It's genetic. You know, there's a.
I mean,
Let's face it,
town.
Davey, if it wasn't for your fucking Bible, you'd be thick yourself.
There was a town that when Margaret Thatcher died, they had a funeral for her, dragging an effigy through Easington and Colliery. And then that little fat weasel goes there and gets a cheer. I mean, that's just absolutely backward.
Just you wait till I go to Dordon. At least half the buggers will be for the elite. Believe me. You
I
know,
wouldn't be surprised.
I'm more worried about Merton. I'm more worried about Merton on the 17th of December. I know I'm going to need a fast car that night.
But it's funny, you know, I was telling somebody that our next show was in the same, and she was like, aren't they all inbred in the same? I was like, well, I don't think so.
Yeah, they are.
I've never heard of if that's story before. But yeah, she thinks they're all inbred in the same.
There is
Yeah,
40,000 people, 2 surnames. You work it out.
I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit on some. I'm going to pull the curtain back.
While the world looks up ancestry, see him looks up incestry.
That's it.
That's the thing. He had to have that double checked on him in the little group chat thing that we had going on there after. Honestly, that nearly broke us. I mean, I don't sort of do much in the way of like non-business interaction in the chat there a lot of the time. But that absolutely broke us, that one when he came. It was because the priest there, as you'll notice, he's minus about 3 stone of hair dye and 1 stone of beard hair. But he was in the middle of removing that, and he did what. Well, to be fair, any man who's ever shaved off facial hair has always left himself with the old Charlie Chaplin, the old toothbrush mustache.
Like Hitler.
Yeah, that's the one.
We didn't really want to mention his name there, James. We're happy with Charlie Chaplin and the analogy. Jim's a pipes up gun. Have you been on ancestry.com or ancestry.com? check your lineage. And I was like, fucking ancestry, Jesus. And I had to smile town, mate, but how are you?
It's funny that because Davey, I put that picture straight in the bank.
Davey, do you want to tell a story of what happened when I spoke to you at 7:15 tonight?
He fell asleep.
No. Davey, what did I talk to you about at 7:15?
About the picture for detention, was it?
The Charlie Chaplin, Davey Doo's picture was going in detention tonight. And Davey talked me out of it because he thought it was bad for business. And I was 50-50 on it, like, you know.
I thought the elite only do what's good for business.
In the last few months, I have been branded a racist. Well, you know what's going to happen if that got out and everyone's going to pull him in the street going, I hear you're racist now, father.
Hey, racist now, father.
For business looking like Hitler is not good.
I hear you're a fascist now, father.
To be fair, James,
I said, I hear you're a fascist.
To be fair, mate, I genuinely thought that when that picture appeared on the chat thing, I thought at the minute I could see a light bulb starting to flicker above James's head there, and I thought, and I was expecting him to be introduced as the religious right at some point.
And Marty, we had a good run. But I think this might kill us off.
I think we're not getting back on next week. I'll have to message next week's guest and tell them not to bother anymore.
I have quite a controversial story. I don't know if I'm allowed to share it here, but it's quite
100% share
You
it.
can say
Share
what
it
you
with.
want.
Share it with.
So
9 o'clock.
The nosy bastards, they want to know what the story is, Taylor.
well, when I was about 16, 17, I used to work for Marks and Spencer's.
Oh God, it's gotta be. You
But then I
didn't
was
shag a
taking
granny,
drugs,
did you?
No. I shagged a granddad. No, the one, not you, Colin, not you.
No, that's a great granddad.
So,
You will
basically,
pay for that.
we're a Jewish company, and we were carrying on one day in the back of the stockroom, and I did the
Granddad.
what?
You can't say we were carrying on in the back of a stock room because that's so many different meanings. You can't say that.
We were carrying on in the staff room, and it was non-sexual. And I did the frog march down the stretch towards the lorry, the van that was pulled in. Anyway, that was all said and done. And a few weeks later, the security guard says, "I can have a word with you." I says, "Yeah." He says, "Can you just come in here?" And he showed the footage of me fucking frog marching down the fucking. He went, "We've deleted it, but you can't do that ever again."
We are getting cancelled.
This has been the best and last show we've ever done.
We've a good run, Marty. We got further than I expected.
We got it, didn't we? We cracked the top 100. That's all we needed. I've lost my bottle opener for me fucking beer.
What are we drinking next? I've drank it up.
Who's next? 2 seconds. Eeny, meeny, miny, more. Catch an idiot by the toe. If it squeals, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, more. Do you, Taylor? Whatever you're having.
So I picked the this one.
Right.
I couldn't get that.
Yeah,
I've got it.
me and Steve couldn't get it either.
I've had it before. It's quite nice.
I'll just get me cock out. Hang on.
You what?
Oh, look, just get me cock open.
I'm glad this is not a fucking kid show, me. You know, I'm glad it's not a kid show.
So this is a wooden cock. Somebody bought us I think it was somebody on one of those packaged cheapy shitty holidays to Bella Medina. If you've ever been there in the fucking
It's not what we want to see.
I knew the Reverend would not be happy with this. I knew the
that's muddled on me when it's soft.
You will. I'm not knowing this
Depends, yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, did you see the priest perk up there when he saw a cock?
He was thinking that's fucking bigger than mine. That's not
I was
happening.
thinking about it, only if that was a boy's.
If only it was only a Darius how big it was, to be fair. Right.
So are we drinking Blonde Witch, Marty?
Yes. So
what's that one?
Me and Steve will go for this one because obviously we couldn't find the one that Taylor's got there. But I was in Morrison's last night picking out the beers for like us, me and Steve, in the wife gang. We're looking for beers and looking for a different one to try for alternatives. She goes, "You need to get that beer." I was like, "What one, Twin?" That one. I was like, "What is it, Twin?" It's the one that you would probably call me on the show. I was like, "All right, what is it? Picture, Twin." It's the Blonde Witch. I was like, "Yes."
Oh,
I was like, "Yeah, we'll have that." I was like, Steve will be mega impressed with that.
Marty said to me, I went, "What have you getting again?" Well, we couldn't get one of them getting, so we got one that Christina says we would call in. I was like, "What, black arse?"
I just need to find. I've lost my bottle opener, so I'll find my bottle opener.
I'm just wondering if this is like a Peroni. It's Italian.
Well, it smells a lot like Moretti, if I'm honest.
Moretti. Have you opened it already? Fucking hell.
Well, Peroni is Italian, isn't it?
Aye.
It does. It smells like Peroni. Peroni, fucking, what's it called?
The bottle, I'll wait until he comes back.
It's quite a nice drink. I've had it before. It's quite...
You have a wine bottle, if you would get wine, like a mini wine bottle.
Who got wine?
Like the label on the front.
When I first seen it online, I thought it was actually a small bottle. I didn't think it was as big as this. And when I looked, I thought, what the fuck? That's a big one, mate. Christ almighty.
Were you drinking Keo earlier, Taylor?
Say again?
Were you drinking Keo earlier?
I can't hear you.
Were you drinking Keo?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Yeah, I used to live in Cyprus.
Yeah, Keo's a great beer.
Yeah, it's quite nice. What?
Good choice. That's lovely, that.
Well, this one, like I say, I haven't had it before, but I've spotted it a few times online. So what's yours called? The Witch.
Blonde witch. Like my wife's a blonde, so she went, that'll what you call me. Normally I was like, well, it's not, but okay, that'll do. Yeah, the blonde witch will do.
Colin and Demo having?
I'm still on me old Any Porter in a Storm at the minute. It's
You know what? I absolutely love the name of that beer, Any Porter in a Storm. I love that.
What's the percentage of that like? Is it a dark one?
It certainly is a dark one. It's only 4.3. This month's beer box only had one strong one in it, or one what I would class as a strong one. Which
what, 4%?
That's me. That's me niner. The niner that I've got in there's the it's the Stay Puffed Imperial. It's either the mint or the
Tiny Rebel.
Yeah, that's
We've had it.
The Irish coffee version.
Yeah, we've had it.
Oh no, we haven't had the Irish coffee version.
The first ever show we did. This is probably done a bit of an exclusive for you, but the first ever show we did from Brewskis with the Broskis on Instagram was Tiny Rebel. It was Stay Puffed, and nope. I was like, literally.
I liked it, me.
Of course you did. I was playing footy about 3 weeks later, and one of the gaffers goes, you know what? I've loved watching your shows, but he went, the first thing you did, he went, I knew you didn't like it. You went, why? He went, because you went, no. I was like, no, I didn't like it. I was like, I could not get away with it.
Nice.
I've got one of these out the fridge.
The Reverend likes this one. I've got one here that's 7.4%. Cannonball.
Cannonball.
Yeah, that's absolute rookie numbers, that man. I had that last week.
Oh,
yeah, that last week.
Yeah.
Is this one chosen by Taylor?
So this one, yeah, the reason I chose this one was, you see, I'm all for like a little bit of artistic stuff, not autistic, artistic.
That's 11.
This one, this bottle looks quite regal and quite nice. And I'm the same when I choose wine. I often choose
very reverent. Looks
regal.
very reverendy.
Well, I wouldn't have said that, mind you, daft cunt. And it just stood out as a really nice bottle. So, but I didn't think it was this big, to be honest. And when you pour it,
heavy. It's like sparkling. If you drink sparkling water,
if you look at the glass,
down like
it's quite,
sparkling.
I'm telling you, James, you have to make that fight on the next card or the one after, the Reverend versus Taylor 2. That's the fight waiting to happen right there.
Well, you never know what's around the corner.
Please let us be the special comment. Let us be the special referee.
I'll tell you what, when I first turned up and Taylor came out, I thought to myself, fuck, are we on a murder mystery night here?
I mean, it's funny that because when I went through the other bar, because I couldn't pay on card in our bar because for some reason I didn't have a fucking reader. So I go through the other bar, and actually, whilst we're on the subject of Easington Victory Club, they didn't even do fucking tea. What's all that about?
They didn't do what?
A cup of tea?
Oh.
Tea costs more than fucking beer in Easington, mate.
I know.
You know what he put out? And I thought he says, and the Victory Club never even done ease.
That's what I thought he said.
I was like, I thought you could have gotten some.
I'm sure you asked the right person there if that was the case.
So,
naughty, very naughty.
Yeah,
Taylor. Anyway, and I says to the guy, probably drink. And this girl says to us, hang on, I'll do the impression of her. Are you Sherlock Holmes? I went, no, I'm not. I'm Taylor's Truth. Now fuck off.
You were sweating.
That fucking corridor, you daft kettle.
It was your sister.
If it was my sister would have fucking battled for talking like that. She was having need of that.
You should have seen Taylor. Oh God, it was like a kid at Christmas. We went up to North Wrestling, and at the interval at half time, we went outside and to me. Oh no, it was before that, wasn't it? And someone in the crowd recognised him and went, "You're Taylor's Truth." We went outside. He went, "Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I had a bit of a boner there, like when someone recognised it."
Class. There's no better than being recognised as your character because me and Steve have been out like buying beers and they're going, "You would be Brother Sue," and you're like, "Yes, we are." And it's a mint feeling to be recognised outside of your work in your character.
Well, that kid who was at the wrestling.
Not the young lad that was doing all of running about.
Gopher.
My first person who recognised me, it was at the checkout of Tesco's at Northallerton. He says, "You're that Tory cunt, aren't you?" I go, "Yes, I am."
Well, you have to be Tory shopping in Tesco's with their prices.
Hey, it's all blue. It's all blue. It's all blue as Tesco's. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, yes.
I got recognised in Merton as well, actually, in the Morrisons. in Dalton Park. I was getting served, and there was a guy next to us. And as I got my bag and turned, he went, "I know you off the internet, don't I?" I said, "Well, I don't know, do you?" He says, "Oh yeah, for CCW." I says, "Oh yeah, sure." He was like, "It's fucking great, that isn't it?" I says, "It's good fun, it's good fun."
The lad
Was
the lad's called Chris Walker, who works for you, James.
Aye.
Like
Aye, good
literally,
lad.
we came and he went, "I watch every one of your shows." Like, what a fucking guy! What a guy! Loves it. Wasn't war instantly.
Oh, Taylor was talking about the label being Regal. Just funny, just to bring that to notice, last night on NXT UK, there was a debut of a vignette, the debut for Charlie Dempsey, who is actually William Regal's son. That's
No
Charlie
way.
WWE's dead to me. Shite WWE.
Honestly, NXT UK is pretty much about the only good thing they're doing anymore. It's had a weird knock-on effect on the UK independent scene, but NXT UK is about the only good thing that WWE ever like put out anymore. You know, that's pretty much because it's done with people that actually want to wrestle as opposed to random people that they've picked up because of the size and decided to stick a gimmick on and give
Plus,
it
they
give
look
me
like the
a week course
wrestler.
to.
Like the
Yeah.
WWE, aren't they trying to kill the independent scene in the UK? I mean, like they've done deals with the likes of ICW and that.
They have, David, but you've got to remember three things here. Number one, I've been going to wrestling for absolutely years, and me and Damo have been around, see a lot of places. When NXT UK was brought forward 3 years ago, it took a top tier out of the independent scene. Then the speaking out movement took another tier out of it. But what happened was everyone in the mid card moved up. Everyone had time to perfect the craft. They got the spots, they got the time, they got the shows. And now you're looking at some of the guys, Cara Noir, Will Cruz, Gia Adams, people like this who wouldn't have had the chance, but now the sky's the limit for him. Oh, you agree,
There's one name you forgot there, Colin. Reverend David Dude.
Fuck off, you daft cunt. Sit down, will you? Be quiet. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Had enough
I'll
of
get
that
your man
shite.
round to give you a slap, Davey.
Fucking hell. Cut him out of the picture, James, will you? Cut him
No.
out.
I'm gonna second. There could be something in this. Could you imagine David Dudes versus Walter?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I'd love to see it.
Is that Walter, is that is he NXT WWE? Is he this Walter?
He still does bits of independence around the UK and Europe.
See,
But,
I don't really watch much wrestling.
I generally thought you were going to say David Duke's face is Broski. I was going to say, I'll tack him on. I'll fight him. I'll fight him.
I really did.
Bring it on.
I'll be in you a corner, Marty. Come out with a megaphone like Jimmy the Mouth for the South.
You'll be my Mr. McGregor.
I'll just get the priests ready and I'll set them on you.
Not them
Come
two
on,
little bitches.
Priestley.
We slap them about left, right, and centre.
Davey,
We'll see.
I'm going to offer your mum an honorary place in the elite establishment for slapping the taste out of your mouth.
And if she takes it, I'll give her a slap.
honor thy father and thy mother, mate. You read your own book. Read your own book, son.
Jesus. But anyway,
Did you find this one light to drink?
Yes, very light. So if you would have a heavy meal and you drink that, it would go well. I'm just nice. It would go down to mate. Look,
When I first poured it, I thought it was going to be a heavy one, but it's quite a. Tell her what you're doing.
It has got this lasting taste afterwards. That lasting taste in your mouth. But apart from that, beautiful. Del there.
Is that?
Del there.
I had dealt there.
Oh, bless.
I'm not going to lie, James. Before we came to
Well, I
CCW
don't
on
know.
Saturday night, I was saying to Steve, like, look, I've never been to an indie show. Like, I've done WWE loads of times, but I've never been to an indie show, so I didn't know what to expect. But literally, I said after the night done, I was fucking buzzing me. I couldn't shut up about it. Like all day Sunday, like I was dying. I was ill. I played footy in the morning. I was knackered on the afternoon. I was shattered. But literally, I was just buzzing still. I couldn't stop talking about it all week. I spoke to people at work. Like I was at a wrestling gig on Saturday. Like, check it out. Can check this out. And I loved it. I've never stopped talking about it all week. I was being buzzing from it.
You were in the ring trying to do drop kicks and that, weren't you?
I was homing me fucking craft afterwards. Like if when I fucking drop kick David Dudes over the top rope, he's gone.
Oh!
This Sunday.
The-
the
Well, you're doing the
28th.
battle
The
royal.
Reverend's come on in and getting absolutely hounded.
This
probably-
Sunday.
It's
the
probably all that hair dye
WWE
he's putting on in it. He deserves it.
have a show at the Newcastle Arena, and the tickets are absolutely 30, 40, 50 quid. And I say to people, you're better off putting the money in the pockets of the independent wrestlers.
100%.
You are giving it to Vince bloody McMahon.
It's a better night. It's a better night all day long. Like I said, I've done WWE loads, and I'm just sitting. I'm not even interacting. It's boring as fuck.
I mean, I worked it out, right? Because me and Cole next Saturday were away down Leeds for a double header from Tidal, right?
Yeah.
Two full shows where, like, obviously the performers are getting a good rate for it, and that's the ticket prices are I worked it out for the two shows back to back. The ticket prices of basically being anywhere within like sort of 3 foot of the ring at Tidal, right, for two shows is the same as being in like Raw Z752 at the back of Newcastle Arena for Sunday.
Ridiculous.
You know, and plus with that you're obviously getting the close-up experience, and you're getting to see a lot of things that you wouldn't get to see on WWE programming, because WWE programming is unfortunately based around what the shareholders want to have happen. Everything's under constant scrutiny, and with stuff like the independents, Tidal are actually a decent example of this, because there was one time one of their old venues, the electricity went out halfway through the show, like the entire thing went out, and it's like the sun started going down, and there were about 3 matches left on the card. It was a women's 3-way match and two men's matches.
Women's 3-way?
Yeah, it was
Not in the eyes of the Lord, not in my show.
What they basically did is they said, right, okay, we've obviously got a situation here where that we can't fix. You'll not be able to see anything in the ring when the sun gets down any further. So these are the performers left on the card: men versus women. Bang, spare bloke. There you go. You're the ref. Just get it done, get it short. You wouldn't get that on a WWE show. You know what I mean?
No, that just brings us back to, like, at the beginning of the show, obviously, Taylor was in the ring chatting his fucking normal waffle as it was. And then the mic just cut out, all the thing cut out. And he was like, what the fuck do I do here? Like, and we're like, just project your voice. It's a decent sized room where you can fucking chat for shite. So we're like, just project your voice. Like, we win the content, just talk. Everybody will hear you. And anyways, you've got a big gub, just talk. And
I remember.
And it just carried on.
I like how you say we, Marty.
We were the commentary team. We had happened as a team.
I remember the month before I did the charity show, it was January 2020, and we were doing an MPW show down in Seaham and at the West League, and the electrics went out. And what everyone did is got the phones out and got the lights on the phones.
Yeah.
And then a bit like the Bray Wyatt. Yeah, and they got the lights on the phones, and they continued the show until the electric did come back on. And I remember that. So the show did still continue. But yeah, whoever's like for the 100th time is using microphones, there's an off and on button. So when you finish, Colin, switch it off.
They were like, it's not working. We're like, turn the mic on, project your voice.
You see, the thing is, right? So I've only ever been to 2 independent shows in my life. The first one being North Wrestling, and the second one being CCW, where I was a ring announcer. Now, I've never done anything.
Were you the ring announcer?
Well, I tried to be.
Well, yeah. So very loosely that term.
So it was kind of one of those situations where I was a bit like a rabbit in the headlights, because the power went off the amp for a start. So I couldn't do what was intended of us. Obviously, I did what I could without the mic, but it just goes to show that there has to be a backup plan.
I just think it just goes to show as well, like the fact that it was CCW's first event. It was their first live gig like that there.
If that's the only hiccup,
That's it. That was the only thing that went wrong, was the fucking amps didn't work. The amps cut out. But the fact the show was an absolute success, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was fucking fantastic. And I thought anybody that was there loved it. The wrestlers got the photos taken with the fans afterwards. They always had time for them, which is what you want to see. And I think everybody that went there on that night would go back again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all.
Could you imagine though, right? You're saying about like with independent shows, could you imagine with WWE, could you imagine at the end of a WWE show getting in the ring and having your photo taken with Randy Orton? Wouldn't happen.
We already in his
I'm
hotel.
not doing Robert Taylor, but it wouldn't. And
Davey,
that's the difference between WWE or mainstream and the independents. Is you get that access to the you get that access to the
It
wrestlers.
has to happen. It has to happen. Like you need that. That's how you build your character. That's how you build your show. That's how you build your fucking business.
I've got a couple of messages saying, I'm not going to name names, but because whatever decision I make, there's always someone in boxing as well. Other companies don't do that. And I try to tell them, say, look, we're not other fucking companies, we're CCW. And they turn around, some people like, whilst you get wrestlers in the ring to get photos, how much you charge them? I'm going to fuck off. Like, to be honest, it's got a couple in. I said, you've got to remember, if you do good by them, they're going to do good by you.
Did you get any messages from the commentary team?
Just a little, like, just to say thank you and stuff like that and grow some fans. The helium, I bought the helium out of your money. The balloons out of your money, didn't charge.
Funny enough, I thought McGregor was on helium all night long. The fucking squeaky little bastard over there. Never shut up. Had a fucking personalised helium balloon.
are you quite finished? Thank you.
Definitely keep the 2 meter rule when you stand next to fucking Colin or you'll flick him in the nuts.
I think, James, who give you a good eye at the beginning?
Anybody?
Someone give you a good eye
You
at
were
the
laid
beginning.
out at the
I'm
beginning.
sure. You were laid out. Was it McGregor?
When you get a good idea,
McGregor give him a low blow.
Aye, that's it, didn't he? Aye.
I actually said to James 10 minutes before the show started, I says, right, okay, just checking what we're talking about and stuff like that. I says, I'll finish it with a ball tingler. He goes, what's that? I says, just wait for it.
It's like James
Anyway,
Bob.
he goes,
Why call you
he's talking to me, and he's looking straight in my eyes, and I just tapped him, and he went down like an knackered. I don't know.
Put it in for the belly button.
Yeah, but I couldn't find the belly button, could I? Because it was like your belt, wasn't it?
The thing is, despite the hiccup at the beginning, the in-ring stuff was fucking phenomenal.
It was mint, absolutely.
The parts that I seen from where I was through the back was fucking phenomenal.
But like I said,
We had really good seats, us, Marty.
me and Steve had the best seats in the house. Like it.
Martin, where I was sitting doing the DJ with Marcus, I could only see through a tiny little bit through the truss and the backdrop like behind us. And all I saw was Summer Rains on the side of the fucking canvas run down and knee Reverend, and Reverend just went down like a sack of shit.
Oh,
Where the fuck is he, guy?
Best part of the full show for me. That I was like, get that cunt, get him.
Well, the thing is, the Broskis they had tickets, but they wouldn't have gotten that good of a fucking seat if we were on.
Nah, we'd have been fucking sat in Rosette.
Yeah, we made the show.
Look, if you can listen to some of our comedy, there's some of their matches. I know you got to put alternative comedy over the top, but if you listen to some hours, it was worth it.
You can hear it on some of the footage that we have, mate. You can hear you used to like going at it.
Yeah.
You mean me? He put it through the table. I was buzzing.
A couple of weeks ago.
You guys were a part of the night as well, so it was a big thanks to you for doing that. So
no, honest to God, you don't have to thank us. We need to thank you for letting us do the full show. Like we thought.
Next time we're bringing our rig down.
I said not next time, every time, because we are the announce table. Lord Demos left that now.
Hey,
Stone's left that now. It's just me and
next time
you.
you're going to help take the ring down with us.
I've got a busted knee, mate.
I've got a bad back as well. I was like, we're only the commentary team, be of yourself.
That's what Reverend says. I've got a bad back. Fucking get some graft done.
He did have a bad back after some of it laid him out.
We had a chat a couple of weeks ago.
Talk about getting work. Talk about getting work done. I've got a bad foot. I've got a bad finger. That's him.
Well, I literally haven't gone in for surgery, so I've got a legitimate reason. I've got no ACL or MCL at the moment. I'm pretty sure I'm all right on this case.
I know how that feels, mate.
So I've also got a tongue with rotator cuff, so I shouldn't really be messing about. But
need more drop kicks for you in the ring.
100% until I get a
as long as he lands on his right hand side, he's all right.
I'll just turn this side.
A couple of weeks ago.
Get me in that battle royal, I'm telling you. Hit my music. Drop me music.
But your music on be pizza or pizza, Kentucky Fried Chicken pizza. Or...
A mash up between that and chili peppers. Got to get in
I'd
that
love
there.
a cameo in reality.
I did see. I've spoken to everybody else like afterwards. I was like, look, when me and Steve get in that ring, when his knees fixed, we're getting involved in that fucking scene.
I know. Someone's got to get a crutch in the back, McGregor.
We're attacking them fucking belts.
I could just see you standing on each corner of the post like Stone Cold, clasping your cans of beer and put them in the air.
We're crutch each.
Taylor throwing the cans to us.
We have the new version of Beer Money for Beer Brothers. The Beer Bros.
We'll have to print out some money and just flick at the crowd. That's worth a beer at the bar. James is paying.
Yeah, James, you do realize how much of a pain in the arse those canvases are to wash, don't you?
Not my problem.
Not
I'm
our
the only
problem.
one who's the beers together and giving the big licks.
I'll just put a paddling pool down at the stand and that.
Remember the time when I have a beer all over a canvas?
Aye.
Can you remember that, Colin?
What?
When I swilled it at the MPW charity night, when I swilled Tim Strange?
Tim Strange, lovely gentleman.
Can you remember it? Can you remember it, Colin?
I
No, I
remember.
can't.
Is this a
Aye,
Tim
good
Strange?
mark.
Oh no, was it that the Rob Loft where you got with a cake in his
Rob.
face?
That was
No,
Rob and Tim.
that was at the charity night where he hired a fucking pint of fucking lager or something on Tim Strange in the ring.
It was
But
pissed
we
off.
got Rob Lough up the up Pegswood with the fucking cream in his face.
Oh,
Mind you, that's something. The same night that we were in Easington, Tim Strange was up in Annan getting his teeth kicked in by Luke Bross. The got up at Target Wrestling in Carlisle. He was up. I got shipped back from my job at Annan on Friday, and Target went up there on the Saturday. And Luke Ross retained his title against Tim Strange. And from what I understand,
get his head kicked in. That's a good day.
oh yes.
We were talking about earlier about us giving free people coming in the ring and stuff like that on Spanish Announce Table a couple of weeks ago. Me and Damo and Co. Oh no, you weren't there, Damo. I was with Liam, Lucas, and Wade. We were talking about a VIP ticket to the WWE event this weekend in Newcastle. Front 2 rows. It's neck end of 350 quid.
What?
But then yes, 350 quid per person. But you
I
do
wouldn't pay
get
350
to
pence
meet
to
a
see them.
superstar of their choice, and you get 2 or 3 of the little things. But then you can't like just go one. It's going to have to be 2 here, isn't it? So there's 700 bar and stuff like. Or you can sit in rows 3 to 5, and that's 250 quid with a few less benefits. And when Wayne was reading them out, we're thinking,
I honestly think what James is doing there, like obviously at the end of the show, like letting fans get the photos taken, like free of charge. If they want to get in the ring, get in the ring. Like, I mean, I'd never even asked. I just rolled in the ring. I was like, I'm getting in there. I'm gone.
You had the fucking tag team belt on your
And
shoulder.
I never let that couldn't go all night long. You Mrs. James,
What do you think of the belts? Do you like
loved
the belt?
them. Absolutely loved them. Never put it down.
The boys loved them. They
Like-
came from our
like-
American football team.
McGregor, can you remember our friend Joel who had the photo with the belt next to you? He
Yeah.
just looks like an ultimate cunt all day long. Like, unbelievable. He's, 6.5 foot tall, built like a fucking unit.
He's our defensive end at American football, and he absolutely destroys
I'm glad he's
quarterbacks.
on my team
When he
when
walked
we,
in the
on my
room,
team
I
when we
went,
play.
"Fucking hell, it was him."
Tell him to get himself out of training, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, he fucking loved it. Every time we looked over, he had his phone in his hand, he was recording it, he was buzzing, like he wanted to be in the ring so
He was
much.
like, can I get my picture took with the belt? We're like, whatever, mate. We'll be
Yeah,
we
all
are
he,
equal.
he was so fucking timid. He was like a kid at Christmas, like, please, let me get this. Like, we've got you hooked up here. Like, can I get me a picture with the rest? Like, we've got you.
I just
Wasn't
come out the steps, down the ring, and he accosted me, said, "Can I have a picture of you, Mr. McGregor?" Fine.
We've got the photo on our phone. I'll see if I can find it there. But he was, I think he's changed.
You know what it looked like? It looked like twins with Arnie Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
The next day, right? He goes. Do you reckon CCW mind if I put it as my profile picture? Like, not a fucking chance. Like, they will not mind at all. Like, he was like, I've done it. Set it as his profile picture.
People's been like, we're commenting, oh, where you been, this, that, and the other, and he's like, oh, I'm CCW. So obviously the picture's getting.
Look, I hope the camera picks this up, but we're there. Let's move the comment eye.
Oh, that's a good picture.
You might have to say something, Martin, so it switches to you.
How about this now? Can you see that now?
Yeah. Fucking hell. It'd be so better if fucking he wasn't in it. Like
Joe. I know that couldn't there, but
you know, it's Joe's on the other side of me.
He's a fucking unit, Joe, man. Like, he's an absolute beast. Like, and he loves it as well. He absolutely loves it.
They look like a black version of Sean anyway.
The thing is, got a lot of fans who obviously have tuned in over the past year online. So I know the names, I don't know the faces. So when I was in the interval, I popped through the bar, and this guy was like, "Oh, hello, Taylor, you all right?" He was shaking my hand. I was like, and I had no idea who this guy was. He said, "Oh, can I have a picture?" Yeah, so he took a couple of pictures and stuff, and then it wasn't until the end of the conversation he says, "Oh, my name's," it was Neil Carr. I was like, freaking hell. I said, if you'd said at the beginning, I would have twigged who you were, because he always comments funny things on the videos. But fucking hell, man, it was quite surreal.
It's meant, like I said, it's meant to be recognised outside of your line of work. It's class. It's such a good buzz feeling. But
it was quite interesting for me. I'm finally meeting these undergrounders to their eyes, and they're sticking twos up in your face.
Let's have another drink before he drowns us with some boredom, will we? Let's have another drink.
So Demo didn't get any drinks, do you? So McGregor, well done for you was next.
Well, I was going for the farmers one, but then I've settled with St. Peter's and Golden Ale.
Yes, we've got that. We've got the plum porter as well.
We couldn't find that one, so we'll just eat this one, big dog.
Oh, we did icebreaker.
Sorry?
Which one did you have?
Golden Ale, St. Peter's.
Well, that's not the one you told me to fucking look for.
Yeah, but I couldn't find the bastard, could I? I couldn't find this stuff.
I was going to say, I've seen that one in the fucking shop, but that was not the St. Peter's one I was looking for, the one that you showed us.
I was looking
I couldn't
for
find
Farmers fucking Union one.
I couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it. So I got that one instead.
So he wanted that and he couldn't find it either. So we just went, I'll get this and tell me.
You might as well have gone, yo guys, I want you to get this Modelo. But actually, you know what? I couldn't find Modelo, so I got this cut instead. Like, that's what he said. Like, fucking hell.
Why don't you just go do the roadkill that we've all got? We'll do that one.
Yeah, let's hit roadkill then.
Roadkill.
Hang on a second.
Whose was the baby-faced assassin?
No, I just picked that one for me, yeah, because I couldn't find them two bottles.
Hang on a sec. I might be able to match your brewery on this if I can just find the right tin.
Mad Squirrel. You definitely have a Mad Squirrel in there.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Mad Squirrel, you get a Mad Squirrel.
Would be the best one out of all of them.
This is the closest I've got to a match with you today. This is the Mad Squirrel de la Creme Milk Stout, 4.5%. Looks rather nice there.
Grim.
This one's 6.5%. This one.
Because the people don't fuck about when it comes to beers. 6.5%. That's what we're talking about.
Hey man, when I finished off the journey from Barrett to Carlisle, and I was on the
hang on. Can I just say something?
Oh wait, Damo's trying to tell a story, yeah.
Yeah, that Revenge of the Sith Feast. So as I was just saying, that Revenge of the Sith Feast was absolutely insane. It took us about 2 hours to drink.
Is that the one on the train?
It was like 10.5%. Just really, you could practically chew the bugger.
I remember Damo up north had this drink and it tasted like fucking Marmite. If you would put Marmite in your mouth, it was rank.
Nah, not for me, that stuff.
We had a guest come on, he's like, oh, I've got this IPA, it's 4.5%. I'm like, Ian, you need to fucking pump those numbers up, mate. Them are rookie numbers in this bracket. What year's got 10.5?
We didn't normally rock anything under 6.5% us.
The other week we had like 5 of them, and all it was 7.5%. Like, I was steaming.
It was a great night. It was a great night.
Yeah, lads, I was gonna say, are you coming up to the next North?
Coming up to when,
yes.
North on the 23rd of October.
I haven't got a ticket. I get our Anthony that day, but I drop him off at 5 o'clock at Sunderland.
You want to You want to get your tickets new, lads. Anarchy Brew Company up in
Yeah,
Pick up Anarchy.
Well,
Anarchy do some great beers.
Yep, they certainly do, mate, and they can fit a wrestling ring in their brewery as well, which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
Um,
very good show.
oh yes, and this
I
one,
will ask if we get some free tickets.
I'm
don't
lost to
think
what's
we'll give
going
you
on here,
freebies,
but
like,
it sounds like
it's,
something we need to be involved in.
oh, honestly, mate, the main event there is Rory Coyle versus Cara Noir.
Is it a wrestling event?
It is, yeah. It's like this is like, I mean, I know obviously we're with CCW and such, like, but the North is pretty much the premium, the Northeast premium wrestling company.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're. It's
yeah,
like
I'll pick us up here. We have our own ring, so I'll pick us up on that. I'll pick us up on that
Pick
one.
up CCW.
I've got to give us some credit on some stuff though.
Very true, mate. Very true. I mean, hey, like I say, we put on a fantastic show, and
But they do put on a good show, Martin. They really do put on a good show.
Anarchy,
I mean,
you know what? I'm
fair,
gonna reach out to Anarchy tomorrow and say, look, can you drop us 2 tickets for the Bead Brothers? We've got wrestling promotions on the show. Check this out.
Yeah, why not? I mean, the thing is, it was my very first indie show, that North, and it kind of blew me away. The venue was spot on. The beer was good. I mean,
What else is it?
it's down
it's
Walker,
Anarchy Brew.
Walker Metro.
Mm-hmm.
The best part, one of the best
Met you
parts of
there?
that night, Steve, Martin, have you ever heard of the wrestling fan called the Maniac?
I mean, yes, I have, James. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard of him, the Maniac. Yeah.
Aye. Fucking Demo, lad. We
Fucking Demo was more outside the Weatherspoons and Gosforth. He's a maniac on the
I've
floor.
still got no idea how the hell
we.
how did we end up in Gosforth from Walker?
Send us that video. Send us that video.
You know, not Taylor fucking Colin was driving, wasn't he?
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Colin,
How much are the tickets to the North?
Sorry,
Good.
tickets are it's around about the 20 mark, possibly around about the 20 quid mark, but it's worth it. It's
And when was it? Did you say, sorry?
23rd of October. But there's not many tickets left.
We'll
it's
get them for free anyway. We've done Anarchy Brew a few times on our podcast.
Saturday the 23rd. We could make that happen.
It's one that you definitely don't want to miss though. Like I
You reckon
said,
they need commentary team?
they've got Tom Campbell.
We can't make it. It's Chiz's birthday party, the 23rd. Charlton's at home.
Not September, that.
That's next week.
Chiz's birthday is next weekend, man.
Is it?
Aye.
Oh, shit.
It's Mike Clark stag do. That's why we had a choice of one or the other. And Mike got ditched.
Shit, I need to forgot about that.
He's been married 3 times. That's what it's about.
Martin, have you opened your roadkill up yet?
No, I
We
want
are
to
now.
discuss the cans. I think the can's class. Like,
Yeah.
I would pick this can every day of the week. It's a 10 on the can.
The squirrel looks evil.
It looks brutal, doesn't it? Like it literally could fucking bite your face
It
off.
looks like a thumbprint on the end where it goes where it stops, like a thumbprint.
fingerprint.
Yeah. Now what I also like, the
Ah.
camera probably won't pick it up, but along the top of the can, it's got unfiltered, and that's what we are, unfiltered. It knows.
Flavor.
When you know, you know.
It looks like an evil scroll and all.
The can stood out on the shelf, which was a good thing because obviously
100%. Which what we always say, like
Sorry.
when we look for beers in a shop, we'll pick out cans which is either a standout, like come and pick me, or we'll pick one that like it's got a meaning to us. But this can all day long stands out. What a can!
Have you tried this, Martin?
No.
Right. It's Steve.
No, I've never tried it.
Right.
Never heard of it.
Right. I'm opening up now.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were drinking until I picked them up today.
This one smells like the first one we had, a little bit. Life and Death, like very fruity, citrusy, doesn't it?
I always think I like the New England Pale Ale. I
Yeah,
think
we don't mind a New England Pale Ale, like the nice drinks. This one's quite a nice smelling of it as well. So let's bosh it in.
Yeah, I like that.
I think we've all got a bar demo, which is a decent
It's not
shout
an
for it.
IPA as well, is it?
Yeah.
I don't like IPAs. To be
Well,
honest with
fuck
you.
you.
Oh, it smells lovely, that.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's like this is not fucking
Who said didn't like IPAs?
the Reverend.
Well, fucking that Vocation Life and Death's an IPA. You drank that.
Oh my God, that is
Fuck
beautiful.
you,
That.
Reverend.
Oh,
You little
Tina.
bitch.
That is better. It looks like piss.
It normally looks like
That's
Lucas
good for
in
the
orange when they get poured New
Yeah.
England IPAs. They're
Yeah.
quite funny looking to it, but they normally
That
taste
is-
Always
That
cloudier
is
in
better
New
than life
England.
and death.
Right,
Actually, that
Taylor.
one doesn't taste too bad.
That is beautiful. That.
I love the Reverend. I didn't
IPAs.
like IPAs. I didn't like this. But that's actually I like that one.
That is all right.
That one's our age, but I don't know. Just it's got like
I didn't realise where I had to go, but cheers, big dog. Anyways, real weird. Cheers, Taylor.
Australia.
yeah.
What's Demo having?
I
It's
preferred life and death, if I'm honest.
You would, you, Taylor.
The life
Fuck.
and death. The life
No,
and
I
death is
prefer
like
this one.
the bitch version of this drink. This is the
Yeah.
stronger taste of it.
Mm.
You see, it smells nicer than it tastes.
But what were the
Oh.
prices?
We've been done many a time when a smell of a drink, it smells unbelievable, and then
aye.
we've had a drink and we're like, "Ugh,
And-
that's grim.
The roadkill was £3 on its own. They're both the same strength, 6.5%.
I mean,
I would get more in this one.
I'm not saying it's awful. I preferred the life and death one.
Yeah.
I think you get a lot more for your money with this one.
What, Colin? What do you think?
I think there's some type of aftertaste I'm not enjoying.
No.
With the
I
life
mean,
and
if
death,
it's not
it
port and
was
it's not sherry, you're not going to enjoy it, are you?
fine.
It'll be
But
the
with this one,
Cognac.
There's just something grating after you drink it.
it'll be the sediment, mate. If it's
I've got
that's the
hints.
thing with naturally hazy beers, you got like a lot of the sediment floating about in it and that, and it's it can either make or break a beer. To be
Yes,
honest, if
these
it's-
are the drinks that you'll have a drink. You're thinking, what the fuck is that? And it's like a fucking bit of bark or something in your mouth, and it's it's sitting in the
It's
fucking
got
glass.
hints. Can you taste? Anyone taste pineapple? Think of pineapple when you take a gobful.
To be honest,
Like,
it's
Hints of
actually
pineapple.
getting better as I drink it.
Hints of pineapple.
I like it, mate.
Steve?
But see, the problem is with ourselves is any IPA that we get, we always compare it to Verdun 5 AM,
aye.
and that was that was £10 a can.
Fuck
But
off.
I know you when you look and you hear tip and kind of thinking, fuck me. But if it come on the shelf tomorrow, you'd buy it. 100%.
What size can?
440.
440.
So,
But it's like it was about 10.5% as well.
It's like I'm not even gonna lie. It's the best beer I've ever bought, hands down.
what's it called?
Verdun 5 AM.
5 AM. Do
You
you know
only
what
do
it
it in
is?
a limited
5 PM.
edition, so when they bring it out,
5 AM.
like
They only brew it like once a year.
Vernon,
oh,
5 p.m. to 5 p.m. Vernon.
not 5 AM in the
5
morning.
a.m.
But they only, like I said, they only brew it once a year, once every 2 years. But when it comes, you've got to get it. It's the smoothest, strongest drink you'll ever try in your life. It
Is
is
it a local
fucking
brewing that
amazing.
does that one?
No Cornwall.
Cornwall.
Well, we went in the shop where we get our beers from, and we're like, Marty got one, I picked one.
How would you spell that, like?
Verdant, Verdant.
Verdant.
Verdant,
Yeah.
5
Verdant.
a.m.
I saw
Fine.
went in our local
Alpha
shop,
Mike.
Barris, and they was like, "Hey, guys, me and Marty picked 2 beers each for the podcast," and I was like, "Oh, well, what else you got, guys? Got a tin of Verdant under the thing if you want it, but I'll tack it."
When you sell them under the counter because it's that fucking good, you tack it all day long.
There it is.
There's a one here for £7.19.
It's online, that, like.
Verdant do some exclusive beers with
It's a DIPA. What's the DIPA
Double.
mean?
It's a
Double.
double IPA.
Right.
Deeper.
It's like when you get a DDH one that's double dry hopped, which is part of the brewing
We
process.
didn't
as
know
well.
that
It's,
until we had a double dry hop on, and we had was it S43 or Vaux's
Yeah.
on? And we're like, what does it stand for? And they tell us, we're like,
It was Vaux.
Vaux, because of Vaux B, wasn't it? They
Yeah.
jumped in, and we're like, oh well, that's fair enough. But to be honest, we need to go to Vaux's tap room because they've got that Raspberry one. We've just bought a new one out as well, which we need to smash in.
All right, well, we'll have a nip on there Sunday.
I mean, to be honest with you, this obviously these two here are the first this sort of beer I've ever drank, and I've got to be honest, I quite enjoy them both.
You know what?
So-
Like it's mad, right? Because when me me and Steve first start doing Beer Brothers on Instagram when we start doing
Marty didn't used to drink.
And like literally, I never ever drank like. And
No, he's alcoholic like me.
I know. We first start doing the beers on Instagram where we're doing like a 45-minute live IGTV every week. Me dad comes to and goes, I didn't think you would enjoy them beers. Like, neither did I. I really didn't. Like, but there's something so special about them. It's different, completely different.
The thing is, like some of the ones we're getting, like you being mangoed was fantastic. Oh, we did have there's a company in Liverpool. I can't remember what they're called, but they do a lot of wrestling ones. We had Papa Mango, didn't we?
Yeah.
Top Rope Brewing.
Top Rope, yeah.
And then the best one though, can you remember Cold Stone Cream Austin Lemon Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Oh,
There was a collaboration that they did with a brewery up here where we had it ended up with Cherry the King Lawler.
Oh, I never seen that one.
that would be fantastic.
Beautiful that.
That sounds like a brew you've all written over, doesn't it? Cherry the King Lawler.
Well, look, we had a barbecue for Marty's birthday, didn't we? At mine.
Steaming.
I got a keg of the Stone Cold Cream Austin, the ice cream IPA, and it literally was gone in about an hour.
It was
literally everyone was like, "Guess another one of them." I was like,
how many pints you get in a keg?
It was about 10.
10 pints.
The keg was about 20, 25 quid. You got 10 pints.
Yeah,
it's worth it. Like, it's fantastic.
No, it was the one where you pull it out.
Oh, right.
IPA, you don't need any gas or much out of it. But literally a fucking flew. As soon as somebody took the taste of it, it was like tastes like American cream soda IPA.
Nice. Well, I'm good. I'd buy that again. This one here.
I would.
Very
This is where Beer Brothers food. Brewskis do go best. We know this stuff.
You see, the thing,
You're welcome.
well, what I found with this one is it's first a bit of a tangy taste, but
it's a sharp taste at first. It's a sharp taste at first, but it leaves a really pleasant aftertaste as it's going down.
Oh, absolutely, and I think the more you drink of it, the better. So
the more you want, I want another one of them.
See, this is one thing. Like, I mean, since sort of getting into the more crafty end of things, I've found myself drinking a lot more cans than bottles, and I usually prefer a bottle than a can.
When it comes to, I hear what you're saying, but when it comes to, I think, craft beers, they just taste so much better from a can than it does from a bottle.
There's one slight problem with it, though. There's one slight problem with canning them, especially if you're using particular adjuncts, as we found out with C84's brewery's attempt at a mint chocolate chip porter, which was, I mean, it was a nice beer, very, very nice beer. Seasonal, so it's done now. But about 4 a.m. one morning, about an hour before my alarms went off for graft, bang, bloody thing popped on us. It blew its stack.
Wow.
It was just your pants, mate, and a shit fucking keg.
It was just sat on the shelf and it just popped. And I got one in last month's Beer Hounds crate as well, and you could tell it was getting towards the end of the batch's life. But at the same point, I literally put my finger on it to pull it out of the box, and it popped, and that one popped as well.
Is there too much gas in it or something?
I think to be honest, it's only that one that it's happened with, because I've had a few different C84 brews. Monkman's Slaughter, when that comes around again, that's
Slaughter. Jesus, sound like someone who works in Pennywell.
To be honest, it's kind of like, it's basically a strong bitter. It's a nice brew. It's 6%. I bought it originally for the name because on the radio program that I do on the Friday afternoons, there's a music bed that I use and it's for like doing the headlines and stuff over the daft news stories I pick out, and that's by Francis Monkman. And I thought, yep, if I can, I'll get a couple of these in, see if it's any good. Just go with the name of it. And it's, I mean, I'm going to properly age myself here, but it's the first time I actually heard the music. That bit of music was on the old IBA engineering announcements that used to start before television started in the middle of the night back in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, I was only about 4.
I mean, I wasn't even born.
I was nearly 30.
McGregor was catching his fucking 50th birthday in.
McGregor was born in the medieval times, I think.
Look, I was born 12 days before we won the Football World Cup. That's how old I am.
McGregor, I'm not having you younger than me, Ma. You look about 90, mate.
Are you 56, McGregor? I thought you were older than that.
I am 55.
Fuck off, you liar.
McGregor, where was your paper round in Baghdad? And you had a second one in Beirut, did you?
Monday and Saturday in Baghdad, Sunday in Beirut.
Aye. Fucking hard paper round there, Colin, like. The paper round and milk round.
What were you delivering? Bricks?
Davey, let's get that pipe down here and shut your neck.
Wasn't so much a paper round as a paper fucking tetrahedron.
Back when McGregor was younger, didn't have paper, you used to deliver the slate, didn't he?
Whereas now that's what most of the residents of Easington and Merton get most of the groceries on.
What they wipe their ass with.
So yeah, this one's.
I'm dry.
Are you fucking drunk? The full bottle, like the full can.
Them are sharing a can, them two.
Listen, Barris.
It's like having them two precedents again back in the corner, innit? That's it.
Are you sharing the can, are you?
Yeah. They didn't get one each because it's tight as a nun's crutch. And Davey would know that as a vicar.
We did get one each.
We did.
Hey.
He got his lot.
We've
I've
got
got mine.
fucking
Well, why did I see you pouring the priests out?
Davey's not a big drinker, but you know, the Reverend's not a big drinker.
Oh.
But so
There's no communion wafers here, son.
He's came on the rand show if he's not a big drinker.
And I've got my son. He's downstairs with my mum at the moment. I don't want to get too intoxicated. It's very
It's all right.
irresponsible.
It's all right, James. Daniel has spoke to me. He says, you'll be topping and tail with Davey down to your house. Not pissed, you're not going back.
Some of my best nights have been spent topping and tailing.
Here we go.
That daft cunt, Steve, I don't know who's there, but Steve's there with me. Fucking trying to get us to share the same bed, and one like, fuck off, you daft cunt.
No, right. Why do you always bring the story up when you know it's a false story?
Taylor,
What?
last week, were you topping and tailing with Damo or James's last week?
No, we are both gentlemen. He had the air bed and I had the double bed.
I thought you were going to say it was spooning.
To be fair, I was so fucking tired. I think I went flat straight out.
Yeah, no, what happened? No, that was called roofies. That was called roofies. That didn't put in your drink.
Or did you wake up on the morning, pants around your ankle, condom hanging at your ass? Did you tell
Oh,
no, not again.
James blowing bubbles at the end of it.
I've been to a few parties like
Taylor.
Hey, Steve, they got fucking luxuries. They got fucking. I went in the fridge. I went, oh, sausage bacon. She went, hands off. The Taylor. I went, what the fuck, man? And then woke up the next day, full English breakfast. They fucking got. I didn't get fuck all.
I've got to be honest. If I didn't have to rush home, I would have stayed there all day because she's doing Sunday dinner as well, you know, in the afternoon.
Taylor was fucking first on the fucking list.
Oh, absolutely.
You get looked after in this house, don't you, James? Come on to this house and you get looked after.
Well,
I hope the people of us do when we get an invite over.
Martin, your brother Hoagie, he knows how well he got looked after. I think one time he fucking lived here for 2 months before.
I didn't think he lived for 6 months, man. He's fucking still there.
Are you in Hoagie?
Aye, me brother.
Oh, really?
Aye.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unfortunately for me, the fact
His other brother's Nick.
Well, Taylor, do you know the venue we're at?
Uh-huh.
Well, Mick and Becky, that's his brother and sister as well.
Who?
Mickey, the young lad who runs the bar and launches. Has this.
He turned in his River Island suit on, thinking he was the beast.
The little weasel, they walk like this.
I thought you had a couple of cocks up his ass.
What's still stuck up there?
The penguin.
He gave me a free drink, him, actually. He was a canny guy.
He's a good lad, Mickey's a really good lad.
He gave us no one out, except all them shots in that competition.
We have a fucking 40 quid in shots.
All the fucking Jaeger bombs.
We won that, Beard Brothers.
If Damo was around, he would have fucking participated in that.
James, I got you a free fucking Heineken Zero.
Oh, you did, mate, cheers.
I was like, shit, get him a Heineken Zero, will you? No, get him one now.
I had to go and get
Wait.
the cups from the store. No,
And I
It's
forgot I
funny
did
that-
forget, but you
No
see
one-
what
no
we were
one
looking at, the
can-
fucking 40 rows of shots. I was like, shit.
stepping out, lads. No, that's what's that. The Reverend's going to relieve his todger for
But
a
it's
week.
because I went to the bar for 2 Heineken Zeros for James and one for me, and as I got them, I turned around and Dustin Hart was like, "You're not supposed to be drinking." I was like, "They're alcohol free."
He's done his ankle really bad, hasn't he? He's done his ankle bad, hasn't he?
His ankle.
His
Yeah.
ankle.
He did. He's healing up. He is. I didn't think he was going to make it on the show.
What's your real Lee, isn't it? Lee.
Yeah.
Forget Dustin, because I know I like when you say Dustin, I think all I can think of is Lee, because I know his real name, and I know it's like Lee. Like I was speaking to my dad the other night, he went when I don't really know like them like personally, but every time I've gone in, he was chatting to like Lee. He was like, "Oh, I've done my ankle." I was like, I know. Like, and I was like, he'd done it on Sunday or Saturday in the night. He was like, and you could see he was really hurt. Like he generally hurt his ankle because he fucking limped 100 mile an hour past. It's like he's done big style. And when I was chatting, my dad was like, he's probably hurt there. Not even like fake hurt, it was real hurt.
He died there, was he?
No, but he was seeing it before, like during the week when when they set up the ring and like doing practice and stuff.
Oh, the trainer.
I mean, to be fair, I got completely no sold on the gag and all. The picture that went up of his ankle with the like the marking and the scarring on it and that.
Yeah.
I stuck that up, then flipped it around again. There we go. It's Dustin's heel turn. But got completely no sold in the chat. You know,
Well, you weren't the only one sold down River that night, because me and Marty were commentating on people who didn't even know who it was. We had to keep turning around asking Barris's missus, "Who's this wrestling?" We actually, some guy was on the floor pretending to be like hurt, and we're like, "What's your name?"
But then Paul Smith I didn't fucking know. I was like, all right, then we'll go by. I didn't know.
His name was Dinar for half the fight.
It was Sam, wasn't it? It was Sam who won, and there's Dinar won out the ring. It was Sam.
I mean,
Well, there was a guy called Luke Mordo, I think he was.
Yes.
And I said to him, I thought he was Morgan Daly. So I saw, Morgan, what's your announcement sort of going to be? He's like, "Oh, no, I'm not wrestling." I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." So anyway, I goes across, I finds the real Morgan Daly, gets the details. And then later on that night, Luke says to us, "No, yeah, I'm wrestling." And I was like, "Fuck me, that took a quick turn, didn't it?"
Wait, to be fair, that gave us the chance to have a little bit play about with some of the announcements that Luke turned up there. That's where they started sliding in a couple of the extra monikers, you know.
Oh, I would love to be able to announce them in the ring, me, and I'd be like Bruce Buffer, me. I'd be like, "And here he is, in the I'd love that, me.
Your job.
And then I'd jump back in the comedy table.
Yeah, the commentator Highland hurt
Was
when
that
he walked in and he flung the fucking bouncer out the door. And I went, "About time he got flung out."
Yeah, I got a good eye in.
And then he was stood there, and like I think it was Dustin came out, and Marty's like, and he's like, "So and Marty, I just see him saying, 'You look in the ring, you're just a fanny,' and he's like, 'I'm not a fanny, I'm not a fanny.'"
He was walking around there, like, "You're a funny, you look in the ring." We were like, "I'll get in the ring." I was like, "No, you're not. You're a funny."
The thing is, like, to announce Dustin Hart at the beginning for me was quite a big privilege, because I've obviously had known James and Davies for a long time before I kind of appeared in any recordings, but the first person I actually met in person was technically Lee. And it was, we met up, I think it was in Easton, we met up actually at the main shaft. Obviously, Lee arrived on the bike and I pulled up in the car. And from that minute on, me and Lee got on really well. So I'd never met the rest of the fuckers until obviously James turned up like strategically late, as per fucking
Always, like tonight.
always fucking late.
We were waiting for fucking 10 minutes before this kick off.
And Lee says to us, "You're not a wrestler." I says, No. He says, "You've got the build of a wrestler." I was like, "I'm a fucking fatty."
That's exactly what I mean. You've got the build.
Me and you, Taylor, Earthquake and Typhoon, we'll bring it back.
Like Lee is one of our good friends, like actually good friend of our good friend, and we were talking about 2-3 weeks ago, we're like, oh, we've got this wrestling in Easton on like the 11th. He's like, oh, my mate wrestles there. He's like, what do you call it? Like, I don't know his stage name, but he's like, he's got this, he's got the more. I was like, Dustin. I was like, aye, that's him. I was like, what's his real name? Like, oh, I can't tell you that. I was like, just tell us his real name. Like, oh, I can only tell you his stage name. I was like, and then obviously it's Lee, but he didn't want to tell us his real name.
I went there and, oh, you're not Ashton. He's like, yeah, mate, that's really good, mates.
I like that side of my life privately from the stage name. So I'll only add on Facebook the ones who I closely trust. Yeah. I've had fan requests on my personal account, which I've denied because I like the fact that I'm somebody else, if that makes sense. I like
all egos is massive. Like Steve's brother has a massive alter ego.
Johnny
and like he lives a double life with his alter ego. It's ridiculous. He does. However,
I am completely opposite because Steve and Broski Steve are one of the same. I'm like Iron Man. We are together.
Iron Man. And I'll just stand by whenever anyone to call us me. I didn't care.
Fat lad. That's what you're gonna.
Yep, that's me.
That's the thing. I mean, technically, I've been playing the part of Damien Stone since I was 16. It just sort of evolved. That's how long it was.
What was that back in the 80s?
Fuck, honestly, I think this is the longest McGregor's ever been quiet.
I forgot it was 8 at bedtime, innit?
All
it's not to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning like all the old bastards are.
It's not for one to try and though. See these boxing up there. What are you saying before, Cole? Well,
McGregor's being quite reserved. I expected it to come on and fucking
full on glow.
Ronnie Thatcher stood in the background with his belt on.
Ronnie is such a his belt.
No, get on. You are no reverend. James. Get it now.
I think a little bit drunk on Saturday. We were calling Ronnie Thatcher. I kept forgetting his name and I kept calling him Ronnie Pickering.
We did refer to him as Ronnie Pickering. We did.
You know who Ron Pickering was? You know who Ron Pickering was?
Taylor enjoyed that one. YouTube. That's if you listen to that match, we refer to him as Ronnie Pickering so many times.
Ronnie Pickering.
You know who I am.
You actually know who Ron Pickering was?
Who? He's a bare knuckle champion. He's a bare knuckle. You want to get outside, do you?
Was he actually a bare knuckle champion? Ronnie Pickering.
He are the champions, Ron Pickering, and he was a sports coach.
Taylor's dead. Taylor's dead. Let's get the fucking reverend to bless him.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this and Ron Pickering.
Oh, you need to see Ronnie Pickering.
Ronnie
Pickering?
You just one with your conversation.
Should we all just open another beer of our own choice now?
All right, another beer.
Ronnie, have you ever seen Ronnie Pickering?
You know what it is, right? If you listen back there with commentary, you laugh your heads off at some of the names we give people.
I'm Ronnie Pickering. Who?
Because we didn't know what the names were.
James was the best gig by listening to it all back because I swear to God, our combo is unbelievable.
DMO, did the comedy work? Have you listened to it?
I've only just had the I only just got the little recorder thing back out of the box today, so I could record my program. So I'm going to have a look at the SD card when I get time.
Good luck with that, mate. It's a bit ropey.
If you can put any snippets together of me and Steve, then that's
why do you have an ale that is named after my chair?
What's that?
What are you drinking there, Davey? What you got there, Davey?
I'm just picking up a bottle of St. Peter. It's named after my chair.
Golden ale.
Yeah, it's what you're going to taste one of these days, McGregor.
What? One of these?
You will feel the wrath of. You will.
Sure, it's not a golden shower, Davey.
I wish we get a fucking free stream on that right there. Do it again. I'll screenshot it. Do it again. I'm joking. I'm not really going to screenshot it. I just want to see if you put it back.
I have a printed screen. It's gone about.
So are we doing that one next, shall we, guys?
Well,
we don't have that one. So should we do Babyface Assassin for you?
So I picked this one up for me and Steve, which is called Babyface Assassin, as we couldn't find the bottles.
baby faced assassin that was there. You know another one that the Reverends picked up? Bishop's
Cool, Taylor.
Bingham.
I bet you
Yeah.
do.
Oh, that's what the Reverend does to the kids, isn't
The
it?
cheeky bastard, isn't he?
Bishop's ring
He needs
piece.
his hard drive checked him, doesn't he, to be honest, there when he's putting a photo like that. You can't be saying
With
stuff
his
like that.
prostate for him, yeah.
Yeah. Taylor, have you got that one?
I've got this one here.
That's one Gregor told you to get.
No, that was the Mars fucker, man. This is Plum Porter.
I'm going
Hang
to
on,
open
yeah.
the pool.
Oh, my brother looks like PC Plum out of Ballamore.
Yes, he does.
One time I'm
Right.
going to
Hey, Davey, you have that one, and James will have the golden ale.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you a fair warning there, Taylor. Right, this is
Oh,
like
can I
this is gonna be like
One,
drinking
James?
jam
Huh?
for you, mate. This is
Oh,
gonna be
I
like
know, when you
drinking
try this
strawberry
one,
When I
jams
was
and
drinking
jam.
jam, we had one of our favourite drinks we've ever done.
oh.
There's one called Can You Ever. It was called, what was it called, Big Dog?
That one looks like a
Up the
stout.
jam.
Pump Up the Jam. It was
Up
literally,
It's very
it was
Oh,
like
look
having
at
a jam
Davey's
donut,
face.
but
Look
lit
at
with eyes. It was
Davey's face.
That
unbelievable.
one. The plum one looks like it's dark. It looks a bit like a stout.
It is, mate. It's a porter. That's where it is.
Oh, I'm not keen on
Yeah,
that.
now
I'm
getting
not-
past the Reverend tonight, is that?
I know fuck all about beers.
We know you know fuck all about fuck all as well.
I fuck all about training people to wrestle because the priestlings were useless.
Got me off a man and woman.
I'm not even keen on the.
Have you got a hard on with this, Alan?
To be honest,
I don't
though, like when the handicap came on, obviously the priestlings versus
Oh,
the Wonder Kid, and then fucking Marie, what you call her?
Summary.
Some Maria came out and she walked past and she gave us a cheek. I was like, Steve, she's flirting with me.
Kid, the hardcore kid.
Hardcore kid. And some Maria came out and gave us a cheek. I was like, Steve, she's flirting with me. And then she got there. I was like, this is my tag team. This has got to win this match. If it doesn't, I'm going home.
I was obviously being the bad guy at the time, so I was hoping for the priestlings to win. You fucking let us down, Reverend.
Steve, I remember at the end you said you wanted to have words with me because you didn't like the ending.
I didn't
Why
like
not?
it. McGregor won.
We were always
What's
going
not
to
to
win.
like?
Planning, strategy, genius.
Fucking vile.
I called it fucking the big guy a fanny and then said I didn't, but I did. I didn't.
He did.
I remember at one point in the night when Taylor was in the ring, I went, fucking hell, he looks like Eddie Hitler. Out the bottom.
What was the guy called who had the fucking...
Remember that, Taylor, when I said you were Eddie Hitler?
Who?
Eddie Hitler out the bottom.
I look like.
No, you look like Eddie Hitler out the bottom.
I have no idea who that is.
Eddie
Eddie
Hitler,
from bottom.
Ed Edmondson. Out of
Oh yes, yeah, fair enough.
Who was the guy that had the fucking slacks on and the straw hat?
Fucking Farmer Giles.
Pastor
Teague.
Everett Teague.
Pastor. He got
Big
some
League
grief.
Teague, man. Big League
He got
Teague.
some grief.
I was calling him Farmer Giles because once again we didn't know what the names
And he
were.
got
So we had to
fucking
make
laid
them.
out, which was class.
CCW.
Let me see. This one smells fucking awful.
Oh, isn't it? It's
What does
horrible.
it taste like, Alan?
Horrible. It tastes like what comes out of Colin's mouth. Shit.
And let Alan tell us what he feels like.
Who's that?
Reverend likes the white stuff.
I've actually tasted better, man.
Jesus Christ.
And at
Yeah,
that
I
point,
remember.
Rooster smells
Steve-
all right, boy. Oh.
Steve Martin. I remember Reverend doing a promo in the ring, and he was practicing, and he got on the mic, was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, altar boys of all ages."
you can't say that.
But I'll be honest with you, this one is disgusting, and it's probably because I wouldn't drink that anyway. That's not for me. Sorry.
Oh, here he says.
Shock. McGregor's.
No,
that's-
get that one.
That one was mine. That was the one that I drank the last day on the way back to.
Shock. McGregor. Demo.
I know
Combination.
Oh, Demo, it does taste a bit. There's an aftertaste there that I like, but it's the initial drink that I don't like.
That's
The-
you get a
the-
lot of that with porters. The aftertaste is fantastic, and the initial it's like Stay Puff. The initial taste is not the greatest, but then you get a taste like a roasted
Now
marshmallow.
you see, I
at
quite
the
like
end.
It tastes like.
it. Isn't nice at all.
When you taste it, doesn't it taste like having diluted pop in your mouth without diluting it?
No, it's not that
That's what
fucking.
it tastes to me.
So it tastes like orange cordial, blackcurrant cordial. Is that what we're talking about?
No, that is shocking, that one. Aye, it does to me. It's fucking horrible. Too much flavour.
I don't know.
It's like
Me and Marty's got baby-faced assassin, and it's quite nice.
I seen that one in the shop. I'm tempted to buy that one.
Johnny Damson. No, Johnny Damson and blackcurrant. What the fuck is Johnny Damson?
So this one definitely wouldn't be. I would give this 1 out of 10. It's not my favorite.
I wouldn't
It's
even,
okay.
I wouldn't even give it that. The
But I
golden one
think-
is not better, but not nice.
But I think it's because if you drink this sort of drink, then that's fair enough. Like if you drink red wine, you're not going to like white wine as much. But this one's not for me. It has a nice aftertaste, but I don't like the initial.
The best thing about them is the bottles. The bottles up mint. They're like an old kind of cops in a bottle.
Well, it's like you put in your car, isn't it? Really?
I've got this for later. You're probably like it's Siren breakfast stout.
Oh
Beautiful.
yes, yeah, I've had one. I've had
Beautiful.
one of the early.
Like,
Beautiful Siren breakfast stout.
It's nice, nice little brew. That nice little brew.
Well,
We've got
Siren,
discount
if you
on
use
Siren.
the
If you want
code
discount on Siren.
BROS10, you get 10% discount.
Ah, sweet.
Oh yes, we've got discount
We're
codes.
flexing, baby.
Nice one.
We're going to move on to our next one quickly because I haven't got that much time because obviously the boy wants to come to bed, so I'm using the big room. But
Didn't talk about the Reverend like that.
I was gonna say, but gone on about the kid, gone on about the Ben wanting to go to bed in the same room as the Reverend. You know,
I'm going to open up the Cannonball Indian Pale Ale, 7.4%. The worst thing is and I'm going to see what that's like. Worst thing is
Hang on.
lift. Okay,
Because
Bob,
I couldn't get.
Hang on a minute, Taylor, have you used a different glass for each drink?
Who, me?
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, I just use the same one and tan them all in the same glass.
Taylor's a fucking baller. He's like, next glass, next drink. Line them up.
glass.
So this one that I've got is what was in place of Collins because I couldn't get that Farmer's.
What's the best?
So this is a Yorkshire Golden Ale. This is a Collins. So I'll just get me cocky.
Yorkshire Golden Shower. Right,
Which brewery is that one, dude?
Oh, it's got another one of them smells like citrusy fruity, like this,
This
one's
one-
smooth.
Morrison's Own. This one's just Morrison's Own.
Oh, right. Nice.
But it's just for Colin, this one.
Thank you, Alan.
So it's got to be shite.
Who's Alan?
Taylor.
Oh, now, Steve, did you see you had this Cannonball one before?
Last week.
Yes. Last week.
It smells like life and death and roadkill. Smells a little bit more.
A lot of IPAs do smell the same.
Wait there. Let's just rewind. Is Taylor's real name Alan?
Fucking hell, it's 7.4%.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you suited Taylor. You don't suit Alan.
I don't suit Alan.
No, you suited
No,
Taylor.
because if someone said your name was Alan, I'd think pervert.
Actually, fair enough. You just suiting Alan.
I'll tell you, man.
Oh, Steve Martin, that is strong.
This
Good
is
drink, that.
fucking piss.
It's a good drink.
7.4%. Oh,
Puts
Keep
hairs on your
stuff
chest, that one.
Mate, them are rookie numbers. Rookie numbers in this racket, 7.4%.
So this one is obviously for Colin because I couldn't get the Farmer's one. It's a Yorkshire Golden Ale, 4.5%. It pours.
Yorkshire Golden Shower.
It smells.
Oh, then. Nice head on that, like.
That's
Oh,
what she.
Taylor, down in one, straight down the heart. One. Down in one.
And it actually tastes very good, actually, for an ale. I like that.
We like to drink with Taylor because Taylor is our mate. And when we drink with Taylor, he can down it all in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
That's it. Stop it. It's
Do
not
it.
clever.
Do it.
Ah! Ah, funny.
Pussy.
Now, boys,
Like both.
it's not big and it's not
Listen,
clever.
listen, you can call me what you want. I couldn't give two fucks, to be quite honest.
Listen, McGregor, it's our podcast. We do what we want, mate.
We run this show as we want to run this show, right?
Alan, what
quite
brewery
enjoyed
was that? What brewery was that, Alan?
Morrison's.
It's just Morrison's own. It's actually very nice.
What's it actually called?
You'll have to neck that off, mate.
Yorkshire Golden Ale, and to be honest with you, it was
Neck
expensive than the other one. There was another one.
Send us a photo in the group, and I'll buy it there over the weekend, so I can give it a go.
It's actually very nice.
Is this a tail of the per fucking exclusive? Is it?
We'll just have to neck it off together. Oh, fucking hell.
Neck it off together, you little fucking batties.
Them sound like a right couple of gear
Yeah,
boys.
fucking little weirdo.
Just spat on his head, Jamie. Aye.
Chug.
They were the ones complaining that I was looking kinky on Saturday in them leather trousers.
What hell? I
Yeah,
walked
them
up
two.
and I was like, you had some leather duds on with tassels. I was like, what the fuck? Leather duds with tassels and Sherlock Holmes. I was like, am I in Cluedo or something here? So it was fucking, I'll tell you what, it was Ronnie Pickering with the fucking knuckle dusters in the ring.
Steve, what do you think of that cannonball? Did you like it?
I
Class.
thought it was all right. It was a bit weak.
Bit weak.
It was only 7%, man.
But I'll be honest, this one has been my favourite of the night.
Life and death. Mine's been roadkill.
Yeah, that was good as well. I think this one here. No, this one was good.
Hang on a second. I can't believe I missed. I didn't do this already, but mentioned roadkill earlier on, and old ECW reference here. Chickens. Sorry.
I think
There's one from the mid-90s fair.
well, I was only 10.
I was only 5. Anytime you mention roadkill, I'm going to flex. That was my pick for the boys.
You lucky I didn't get picked, lads, because it'd been about 14 quid.
Fucking Farmer Jazz out in the top right wouldn't have had any chance.
So I've popped open this Lord's Brewing Company Bandon car. Quite a nice little label on it there. If you can see it behind the weird background thing.
Just put it in front of your face. Looks great there.
Best you went on me.
I'll be pouring it into my face in just a second.
James, before you and the Reverend absolutely fuck off, how about me and Steve doing the commentary every time you have a show?
That's no problem. And it's down to Demo as well. It's his equipment. So
we'll bring him on rig as well.
We'll bring him on. I will bring him on. So we'll
podcast.
Like, if we know for the next time that we're going to do a full setup,
you'll have to go, right, I need the card, then the guys, what the names are.
Yes, that would be good.
That would be a great help for us.
Because as I said, we thought we'd turn up to do one match. We're doing the whole fucking event.
Have you ever commentated on wrestling before?
No.
No. So that was your first time?
Yeah. It was literally like I said.
Oh, this way a priest. You didn't come out looking good.
before the full show, I said to James, I was like, James, look, please. I said,
I loved it.
I said before weeks, I said, James, please let us commentate on like one match. Just let's do one match with you buzzing. And literally, as me and Steve were pulling up, Demo messaging saying, are you coming to do the commentary? So like, what the fuck? And then we got him like, oh yeah, you're doing the full show. We're like, fucking hell. But like, boys, you'll be over there, we'll be over here, but we'll come see you in a bit, right? But
however,
got the show
that wasn't the biggest shock I got that night, because I saw Damo's duds, right? And then he said, are you doing commentary? I was like, mate, I can't take you serious, but what are them?
But obviously, if we know for next time that we're going to do the show as well, we'll bring our fucking setup so we can live us as well. Which
for me, like with me, right? You said that and just going on about like how good it was, and with me, like we started training about 2 years ago, wasn't it? And I always said like just doing training. If I only got to work one show, like in whatever capacity, like, and it was this show was obviously I was a manager, and for me that was
if I'd have dropped down dead on Sunday morning, I would have died a happy man. And that's
like
what it meant. That's just what that meant to me.
Yeah, like it was class. Like I loved the full show. Like
That was fantastic.
From the opening bell. Even in the company in the first match, it was like, Demo, let me do the bell. Like, no, you can't do this bell. And then he fucks off with like somebody's like ring the bell, like, I've got the fucking bell. And I'm like ding 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 ding.
Yeah. I remember like when he'd done the free count and like before the referee even said, I was like, ring the fucking bell.
We've got to ring the bell. We tried to keep it as PG as much as we could, but like we have an unfiltered podcast, so it's hard for
us. And then when we had a few beers, the tongue starts slashing.
It was I loved every second of it. I really did.
That's where Demo edits some stuff. But like I say, if you make a good commentary, people will want to listen to it. If it gets put over like the matches and we film, and people
believe when I say now, people want to hear a commentary on these matches. Like these were fantastic commentary.
Does it remind you a little bit? Remember what was it? What Sky Sports did with the fan zone?
Fan zone.
We a bit like fan zone. That commentary. That's exactly what we are. I said to see like
I think
What we could do, if this is an idea, is we could also.
Oh my God, James has got an idea. We fucking hell.
Listen, when the boss has got an idea, you listen, right? So be quiet.
James has got an idea, and it's 10:30. You run to the fucking hills.
McGregor, you shut the fuck up.
He's the only person I know that when he has an idea, the light bulb in his head goes out.
Can I put in quickly there, like when you're in bed, like 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock, you're in bed, and you see your phone ring, and you see the words James Barris on your phone, you say, fucking hell, here we go.
You pick up that phone call, pick up that phone. That's what you do. When the boss calls you, pick up.
Idea. Always got the fucking idea.
What we could do is, if you do commentary as kind of a fan zone, if Demo does it with you on certain bits as well, or does it with you, he can keep you right. You can bounce off him like he's like a GR.
We did.
Well, that's what we started doing because when he come back out, he was talking sensible and we were talking shit.
And he can add bits to it if he needs to. If he feels that there's something missing, he can add into it.
He did when Demo came back in. We let him have his fucking input because we were like, we might have been gone off track, but Demo brought us back to what it was. And we're like, all right, you have your go. But when you're gone, we're going back on the seer.
Yeah. So you can just bounce. You can bounce off Demo. And like what Davey does to me, like we used to do Dudes Mania. Like he bounced off me. He just bounced off me. So if I was to do something, it wouldn't be scripted. And to see how he bounces off what I've said and vice versa. And see how good it goes, you know what I mean? And that shows you how talented you can really be without a fucking script.
And that's
I think the problem with it is, if you scripted too much, it
sounds boring.
Yeah.
So what I think with commentary is, it's always good to have commentary not going to be seen at the event. Yeah. So you guys be as wanted, because when it goes on YouTube or Facebook, it's the raw feel.
Well, that's what I said. It was like, look, we'd love to get our own setup in the rig, so we have like record like face cam. So like, you ever seen UFC when there's like a knockout joke? It's like, like literally when somebody puts through the table, I think I'd have been like, oh my God, look at that! He's gone through the table. I'd have been done.
There are certain fans sitting around and they're watching the game, and if they score, or they get a goal conceded against themselves, and they're just like the fan reactions.
Oh. I'd literally when he threw the table, I would have been like, oh my God, he's done. I'd have been shock face, emoji face. I'd have been done. Write it off. Good. Like when Dustin Hart in with a DHO, or it's not called a DHO. We patterned that, but when the RQ, we're like, write it now. Write the checks. He's done. He's done.
I'll tell you the story off script here. You know that I did last time about Dustin when he ran for the fucking heavens when he was naked on the beach when he was getting drowned off Sean.
Aye.
So, last Saturday, it was never penciled in for Max to fight Dustin.
Yeah.
It was actually meant to be that everything was up. Dustin was going to come out to save me, and then Martin was going to push him, shove him about, give him a slap. He would duck a clothesline and give him an RKO. That's what Dustin was supposed to do. So when I
give me an RKO.
He was right. Okay. Can I just
I'm gone,
interject? Can I
Bob.
just interject at this point, mate? He was waiting for you to come back out and make the match for the Halloween show
I
between the
didn't
two
know
of them.
that.
And I was trying to tell you, and then because
time. When you say Martin, you don't mean me.
We're nearly done. Do you want to go on the Xbox or something, mate? Or
James said Martin there. Did he mean me?
No.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, I would have gone to the ring unexpected. Like, that's why I didn't know what was coming on here.
So basically, what the crack was he was waiting for James to come back out. I was trying to signal to James, like, he's waiting for you to get back out and make the match. And
but I thought you meant the match between him and Tommy, which that was supposed to. Like,
I got you. That's cool.
See,
I mean,
About that one, backstage, I remember the whole thing unfolding. I was standing between the mystery man and Colin, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When there wasn't much happening for a while, I mean, I apologize for going out and into business on my own on this one, Jim. But
no, that was cool.
it
solved the fucking problem.
It sort of bought her a little bit of time to come up with a plan B, if you know what I mean.
Because what was supposed to happen, Tomby in the story wasn't turning up, and I went out. You know, Martin come in, his contract was up, he's invaded into the room, he's not supposed to be there. He comes
because I think you're talking about me.
No, like Mad Max Cooper, he comes in, gets me, Dustin comes out, sees me, and then they have a little segment. It wasn't a match. And then when he was coming to me, I was going, what the fuck's he going on about? And so I went out and I went, I will. When I was selling me neck, I was like, I will make the match between you and Tomby. I saw it. And I went backstage and he was still Mr. Barris. And I was saying to Taylor and I was saying to everyone, like, and Demo, what the fuck? I don't know. This isn't what was scheduled and wrote down. So
I love it being
Demo went out. Luckily, Demo went out because it was never meant to be a match, but it still went the end of how it was supposed to be. But
we were in the ring, we were at commentary, and we were saying, like, the Highland Herder wants to fight. Fucking Dustin wants to fight. Let's get it on.
Let's make it happen. Get the referee in the ring and ring the bell. Let's make it happen.
Just like it was just I mean, to be honest, from my point, from my perspective, it was just a case of, like, we need to buy a little bit of time to come up with a plan for what's obviously not happened that was supposed to happen. So we'll, these two are kicking off with each other. Give them like stick them in a match together until while we figure out what the fuck's happening.
Exactly what like from the commentary team, like me and Steve, like we said, like they were both giving it the big dick to the crowd, and we were like, look, he wants to fight, let's get an official, let's make it happen. And like for 5 minutes, we're like, give the fans what they want to see. Like we were like there for full on commentary team, like we're like it needs to happen, let's get it happening now. And then it did happen. Like, it's ring time, it's go time. It was class.
I think the pop was good. I think
it went after the build up, and then it happened. It was like, yep, that's go time.
Not went well. It would have been really bad, but it went good, so which was a positive. But we were backstage thinking, what the fuck is going on? And I lost me cool a couple of times, but that was just how I did.
I just think it dragged out that little bit too longer than what it needs to do. But when it happened, like, me and Steve called for like 5 minutes. We're like, make it happen.
Yeah.
And then fans going, fight, or whatever they were shouting, but like it needed to happen. And when it did, it was class. And then and obviously Dustin Hart won. And we were speaking to obviously Dustin after the fight, like, because he hit him with the whatever Dustin's finishes called. I forgot its name.
SR8. The Dustin 8.
No. The SR8 is the 619. But his finisher, I forgot what he's called. Whatever it's called. But we were like, Dustin, can we get it? And they come out in the comment. I was like, look, we know you've got your finishing in, but we've come up with 2 names for these, right? So the 619 that you do, we need to call that as the SR8 because it's the postcode where you first hit on the live. She was like, I like that. She was like, I'll give it a thing. I was like, no, you need to call it the SR8 from now on. And he's like, yep, I'll have that actually. I like that. And then they obviously RQ were like, we need to call it the DHO, the Dustin Hart out. He's like, no, I've got a name for it. But he's like, oh, fair enough then. But
I don't have to tell you about this one last time we were on, but I was watching a show at PCW down in Preston, and there's a fella from South Shields that does commentary on it with the matchmaker, a lad called Stallion. Joey Janela was on the show. He was in AEW for a little while. he's sort of parted. I don't know if he's parted ways, but he's not used on the programming anymore. But Stallion, before the show again, so have you got any signature moves that you want us to call on commentary? And Janelle just turned around and goes, "Oh, look, I'll just make it up as you go along." So partway through the match, partway through the match, it's like Janela comes up with this flying knee strike thing, and just you Stallion, the commentary going, Andy's hit him with Des O'Connor's lampshade. You know, it's like, like Paul's like doing. He's like, it's a 2-for-1 special at Asda. You know,
can you honestly God see? Can you imagine if a wrestler comes up and says, "Call our moves as you want to call them, and whatever you hit, I will finish you with. We're gonna lamp it as that." Oh my God!
I remember on Saturday, me and Damo having a bit of a back and forth, and like we were saying, like there was a fight, and one was doing like precision hits, like he's doing precision hits. Damo said, "Oh yeah," and the other guy swinging from his fucking grandma's sink.
It was
the Bali guy from Bristol. He was like, the guy who was in the ring who got put through a table went, he's giving precision shots. And and the bald guy swinging from his grandma's fucking kitchen sink.
I loved it. Like, I swear to God, it was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Like, I've swum with sharks, I've skydived, I've swum with dolphins, I've did loads of different things. But this, honestly God, commentating the wrestling was the best thing I think I've ever done. It was
I'm going to be honest with you, Barris. It's not the best thing I've ever done.
Well, to be honest, I'd probably put Steve's top 3 things, but it's not for air. It would probably go as planned. So yeah, it was one of the best things I've ever done.
Oh, nice.
It was in my top 5. It was in my top 5. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I would say Saturday was for me was one of my yeah, man, wait a minute. For me, Saturday, like I said, we started training, doing the wrestling a couple of years ago. And I always said, like, if I got to work just one show, then I would, if I died right after that show, I would have died a happy man.
I totally agree, because, like, for me, like, if I go back to playing football, I've played football since being a kid. But, like, 5 years ago, I did my knee, and I had to have a massive knee operation, and I had my knee operation in the June, and then the following May, I played football at the Stadium of Light. So being a massive Sunderland supporter growing up, like boyhood club, I played at my home turf, and I scored a hat-trick on that day.
That must be a dream come true.
Yeah, I scored a hat-trick. I chipped the keeper. I scored with my right foot.
Team like all your life.
Poor me. I'm probably going to speak too loud. My wife can hear what she says, but best day of my life. Forget married, forget kids. Best day of my life.
I don't know how you say that. Like,
I'll tell her. Like, and if I could have
heard it before,
and if I could never play the game of football after that day, I would never care in the world. Like, that was the best football moment of my life. Like, I scored a...
Talk about football. So when we did the football cards at the wrestling show, I remember Damo looking over going, football cards? I went, I couldn't find wrestling ones.
They were done before we got there, because when doing the raffle, we were like, we didn't get any fucking raffle tickets. Like, bad track that.
But yeah, for me, like Saturday, like I say, Saturday night.
Did Joe not win something?
It was like a dream.
Joe won something.
It was fucking torture for me, because I was behind the scenes, stressing like fuck. Colin's sitting there, falling asleep, and when I got up, he was like, sit down. Sit down.
I've got this. Setting up like that.
Yeah. It must have been bad for you, Barris. You were sat behind the scenes, having to fucking do everything you need to do. You had 2 lunatics on the commentary. You know what I mean?
Steve and Steve.
I got fucking beat up.
To be fair, like I felt absolutely, that was fucking gutted for you, Taylor, when the PA went out on you, like, because you know it's like, I know it was like when it came back on in time for me to do the other half, I was like, fuck.
That's what it's like. With it being a live show, these things happen, but the fact that Taylor, fuck with Taylor, I can't even look at properly as Taylor.
It's his gig, you know. It's ring announcing's his gig, and
that's what it is. Like Taylor had the mic, and he's like, "Fuck, it's not working." But then you overcome that diversity in front of me, then like project his voice, like, right, I didn't even need the mic anymore, like. But it just shows like how professional the setup was, which was class. Like, I swear to God, like I've never been involved in something which live like that in my whole life, but it was mint. I loved every fucking second of it.
I just want to ask, what was Taylor's job? Because he was shite on the mic, shite referee.
Well, he didn't say fucking Ronnie Tap, so yeah, I'll agree with the fucking
Well, as
shit.
far as I'm concerned, the whole fuck lot, you can go and fuck right off.
Oh, you're on my
Come on,
podcast.
Taylor, I've just been saying you were good. I've just been saying you're all right.
Remember, Taylor, you're on my podcast here.
At the end of the day, right? If the power wasn't fucking working, I couldn't shout. So I'd deal with the test with the fucking tap 1, 2, 3.
Well, mate, in the get up with your win, I thought you'd have investigated and found the source of the problem straight away.
I'm not lying. Taylor was behind the scenes, right? He was like, "Oh, me fucking thought, and my thought was going. Didn't we once share a bottle of fucking? Was it like cough syrup or something? Me and you or something?"
Taylor's also been fucking nipping that fucking fight. You know, like, I've got to get this fight in or I'm getting knocked out.
I liked it when Taylor said something and the crowd had no reaction. He turned around, he was like, "Ah, well, that didn't work, did it?"
He was like tough crowd.
Normally at that point, knowing Alan as I do, he would normally say, "Cunt."
Where?
You know what? I thought, like, when McGregor came out, I thought, oh, it's going to be boo heaven. I'm going to be in the element.
Ridicule, isn't it?
Taylor, I've come up with this fantastic idea. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Light bulb's gone out
Listen
of
to the
his head
idea when
again.
the boss
Listen,
speaks.
do you know how comedians present themselves before they, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one and only. Like, you know, and then name like one of the comedians. Say that about yourself, and then when you come through the curtain, people's already.
We can do that. We can do the hype.
Yeah, we can introduce him.
Just give him a
That'll
great
be all
How
good.
Martin? How about give it a try? What would you do? Is
How then give Taylor
the introduction?
I can't really do it, and I'm live on the
Yeah, I'll do it. Marty, fucking sit down, Marty. Get back in your
Steve,
cage.
you get this.
That was Steve. Put him in his place.
Welcome to the ring. Your announcer, the man, the myth, the legend, Taylor True.
There you go. Look, you forget that we come as a team. It's not just me, and there's not just we as a team. This is Brewskis
Obviously,
as a
that
team.
live bit there with the legend bit.
Obviously, you've got to big it up for the crowd. You've got to big it up.
Alternatively,
the Taylor, the man of the hour, the man of the power, too sweet to be sour.
McGregor's got something to say here. What do you have to say?
when Alan comes out, and here he is, our announcer for the
Don't
night.
call him Alan in my presence. I can't look at him as Alan. Don't do Alan.
Well,
Looks like a pervert when he comes.
Alan!
Get the fucking go.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, Dad.
You remember those early days of
Being got like
CCW chat, and we'd all shout Alan if he wasn't up early in the morning, and he'd wake up to 50 messages, and all it would be, Alan!
Fucking torture. Absolute torture.
Hey. I mean,
no
like,
idea what's going on here. This is beyond me.
give it
so I
the
have
give it
no
the
idea.
old give it a bit of the old. He's the man with the tongue, with the silver tongue, and the deer stalker. He is the.
You know what? Like, Damon, like every time I look at you and I hear you, I'm thinking he's just got radio all over him, and it's down to a T. Like, I can't look at you any other way but thinking he's a radio man. He's a radio man.
It's a Peter Kay sketch when he's at.
Question.
When
Ask
you
us
go,
a question. How many, pardon me, wrestling promotions have
oh, you dropped it.
That will be zero.
a deer stalker wearing ring announcer? Ask yourself that question.
We've only got one, and that's you, Alan.
To be honest, after last week's episode, I'd imagine Neen. But that's fair enough. That's it. As it is.
There was one, but now he's unemployed.
Fuck off, the lot of you.
That's what Beat Brothers do. We stand together.
There we go. And that's what I was trying to get before. And me obviously 3 or 4 beers in, plus the ones I had before we started this afternoon. The smooth talker with the deer stalker. Taylor's True.
That's how you can do. That's how you can announce Taylor True.
I've got
The
it.
smooth talk with the deer stalker.
What we can do is we can say, like, welcome to your murder mystery night with your host, Taylor Truth, and he comes out of a pipe in, looking like Sherlock Holmes.
Would it be a fight like this?
Trash talker, deer stalker. Oh, that's what it needs to be. The trash talker, deer stalker. Taylor Tooth.
He's a trash talking, beer
The whole two
stalking,
shopping butter juice, Taylor.
Sherlock Holmes and motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. Get him out. I swear, look, we've got this announced fucking full setup for the next round. Well, two shows time because we're not there next one, but 2 shows time.
Back at Merton, Friday, the 17th of December.
We're there. That's us at the Glebe Centre. We're there.
Well, at the end of the day, I've never said no to the 31st. Fuck Marty. He's got kids. I haven't. I've got out on that beer.
First like Steve.
Hey,
Hey, coming along.
I might have a pop along.
Why not, mate?
Didn't need him to hold me hand.
Right.
The
If Steve's
bus
gone,
stop's
I'm
right
gone.
outside.
I'm not doing this by. I'm not letting him do it by himself. I'm there.
Stevie,
Steve could
Stevie,
pull it up.
what about me and you doing commentary?
No. Fuck
Me and you, McGregor.
Get out here. You're doing
That
nothing.
might be good.
McGregor don't commentary.
Aye. Yeah, Martin wants to go trick or treating to get some sweets for
Nah,
himself.
I'm not letting fucking McGregor be there while he's not piping Sean off. Like me and Steve were there to do the day this fucking commentary. Get away, you daft cunt. This is our show.
Hey, that's how I do it. That's how I manipulate Marty. I'll just say I'll date and he's like, fuck the kids, I'm dating it then. So they have commentators for that night, mate.
James, we don't even need tickets anyways. We're the commentators.
Reverend wants
forget
to
about
open
us.
up the bishop's finger now, so we're going to open up the bishop's finger.
Well, I've had a couple of them in me time. I mean,
the Reverend, by the way. So the Reverend.
It's not too bad, that. It smells like a brown ale a bit.
Good old Shepherd Neem. Good old Shepherd Neem.
Smells like a bishop's ring piece.
So the last one that we picked up was this one called Icebreaker, which is a pale ale.
It's unfiltered.
You may as well.
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered refreshment.
Who's brewed that? Who's brewed the icebreaker there?
Pussy.
Who's brewed the icebreaker there?
This was mine. Steve's like the
Green
Icebreaker.
King?
Just stay on you.
Green King? PMO?
Green King icebreaker.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Tastes like a brown ale, that one there.
Brown ale, aye.
Bishop's finger.
Yes, Colin.
More like
I
bishop's
think
ring piece.
I think he's going to get. I think he's going to get another beer.
I think he's going to have a tuggy. He's on commentary with me.
He's not on comedy with you. Don't be fucking stupid.
Literally the best day of his life.
For you. Honest. So
If
can
you
we
guys,
just can me and Steve
those
just
guys are going to be
Aye,
at the
Steve.
Christmas show. I think you should be announced.
Steve.
Aye, Steve. The bus stop's right outside of the venue.
Excuse me, Barris.
What's the matter?
What happened?
Oh, I fucking Vicky Graham over there. See his
I didn't get the bus anyway.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Broskis are going to come to the 17th of December show. They should be announced as commentators.
Yes, I like what that guy's saying right there. We can stand up with it. We'd be like, give it the fucking Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Iconic.
your guest
I might wear my iconic
commentator.
t-shirt.
Yes.
Steve, didn't listen to me. You still have to come on the 31st.
I'm coming
Yeah,
on the
no,
31st.
we'll be there for that show, but on the 17th, we need to be announced as special announcers.
No, we need to be announced on the 31st as well.
Yeah, 100%.
I still want Steve to be announcing Ronnie Pickering's match.
We'll
I'll
be
be
there.
announcing Ronnie Pickering's match.
That's nice, that.
You know who I am? Bare knuckle boxing
It's
champ.
fucking Ronnie and his uncle over in the corner there.
So just as a reminder, he's now completely arbitrarily from the East End of Hammersmith.
Shite, I hate Brewdog. Scumbags.
Honestly, James, I know I spoke to you about it after the show, but like I would love for me and Steve to be there as the commentators on like every show. I know obviously Damo has his part there.
Me, Damo, Marty, full-time commentary. Surely.
James not even listening. The fucking
We didn't even want paid.
James
That's
not
how
even
good we
listening.
are.
See what we I mean, like I say, what I was thinking, I mean, like if you guys want to do like live commentary, like the live commentary there, I mean, we'll do a separate track in post as well, and you can, as long as James is okay with the video being going up with 2 versions of the video going up.
What we can do is like in the WE where they've got like the play-by-play you Damo, and they've got the good guy Marty and the baddie me.
See, as long as Rob Bagwell is still being his odious Bon Jovi loving self, then
I like Bon Jovi.
He's my guy, Rob Bagwell. He's my guy.
I may need to. I may be required to take care of some other duties. And obviously,
if we can come and set up a rig up and like we record it, but we wouldn't post it to like use one as the poster, so we wouldn't do it like live. We'd just record it as it is. So
no, I mean that's what I mean. Like, obviously, you're recording your track of it. I was saying when the video goes up, it'll go up in 2 versions.
Yeah.
The one with yourselves and the one with us doing it in post, as well. And that sounds silly, but it's at the same time it's like 2 different options there, and obviously
like,
you can jump on ours as well. You know what I mean, Day One? You can be like the play-by-play. Me and Marty, I'll be like the fucking Jerry King Lawler. He'll be the fucking Byron Sexton or whatever he's called.
Sexton. I'd be Pat McAfee on the SmackDown announcement. The Pat McAfee on the team and everything loves it.
Oh, I must admit, like that cracks us up every time. That when Rick Boogs comes kicking out, then and Pat McAfee starts doing the
He's on the fucking table swinging his shirt. Like,
McAfee's a legend. I listen. With me being an American football player and a fan, I've known Pat McAfee for years, and I knew him when he was playing American football, so I've followed him ever since. I like his podcast and everything. Pat McAfee, if the WWE give him more of an opportunity, he would make it a lot of better company.
Like, I mean, this is what confused us when he started doing the commentating for SmackDown, because he was in a brilliant position in NXT as the manager of that heel faction that was kicking around with Logan, Birch, Dunn, and Holland.
I like his finishing move, the punt.
It's I mean that's the thing. I mean, McAfee he's a very charismatic person. I mean, the first time I saw him on a wrestling event, I hated it, to be fair. In all honesty, I was like, who the fuck's this idiot? He looks like that bloke. He looks like that bloke who played Hawk in American Gladiators. But it's like then that's another old 1990s reference for you there, mate. The original American Gladiators. But now then like seeing him, seeing him once it sort of settled in and that, it was like, I'm digging this fella now, you know.
You'd love him, damn well. He turned up to WrestleMania to do commentary in a suit with suit shorts.
I saw that. I must admit, I may have to rethink my wardrobe looking back at some of the pictures there. I don't think lockdown's been kind to me waistline. And,
them fucking leather trousers on.
The trousers weren't the problem. It was that jacket. When I tried to button that jacket up, I thought it was going to have someone's eyes.
I can't jump on a horse and do some show jumping in the Olympics.
You wait until you see the mythical suit on Halloween. The disco
I think
ball.
McGregor's fell asleep. The old cunt.
I think he's fucking look at McGregor's setup. He's got fucking 2 mics, cameras. He's gone for the
no, that's not a mic, mate. That's the headrest for his chair.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. He's sensible. He's not like me trying to sort of like do this from an armchair. That's
well, to be honest, Taylor Tooth is fucked up. He's like, right, I'm gonna had enough.
Yeah, you think what I did on a fucking patio chair?
I was gonna thought you were gonna say what I did with this blowing cunt right here. I'm saying, behave yourself.
When Taylor and Colin
Want to suck each other off, I think.
And the Reverend, they've all gone to meet in the same fucking room.
Reverend went ages ago. Where's he gone?
Oh, he's spewing up outside, I think. Are you not? You what? You're coughing your guts up.
You little pussy.
I tell you what though, Marty, this fucking icebreaker's alright.
It's alright, though.
It's
all right.
I must admit this band in car. I'd never heard of Lord's Brewing Company before, but this is a pretty damn smooth porter. This is very, very smooth.
James, where's the next show?
Dorden, see him.
Oh, Dorden, fucking! I think I've had no idea where that is, me. But Dorden, see him.
Just don't see him. Just didn't see him. Near the court.
Dorden is.
Near where Fox cover is, or like the
in Parkside, isn't it?
It's right around the corner from Asda, really.
I've got no idea, mate.
Colin gone?
I don't know. He's
Lights out, all out.
The lights have gone out. I reckon the
Lights come out. McGregor's wearing out, and he's like,
McGregor will be there in the fucking Mr. Conley beside them, like, just like, come on and say something.
Can you not tell we can see his glasses in there?
The light's gonna come back on. It's gonna be the mystery man, isn't it?
Guys, I think can you swap the fucking camera around? What you doing? You dirty motherfucker.
Is he being sick?
No, he's pulling his kegs down. We're there.
Fucking little creep.
So has he gone outside? Has he gone outside for a slash when there's a toilet in the house?
James, do you not know you've got a toilet inside your house?
Mate, he lives in Merton, I think.
I was going to say actually that is a bit of a luxury there.
Wait till the fucking Church of England hears about this, the fucking weirdo.
I wonder why he gets shit off the Beard Brothers.
Wait till next week. You piss in the street. You piss in the street.
Where's Colin?
Probably gets fucking Mr. Carnage.
He comes back on Carnage and Pickering stood behind him.
Oh, that's it, isn't it? Pickering! Yeah, I swear to God, the next live show, Big Doug, don't mean you could be in for a fucking right good idea.
Could be like, who you think I'm Ronnie Pickering? Well, I met you about fucking 50. Think I could tap you.
If you're gonna be doing the announcing, you want to have a real pop at them. Have a look at a match from. It was one of the Coliseum videos, but it was rugged Ronnie Garvin. He was doing the ring, and he was basically there was a long storyline going on between him and Greg Valentine in like 89, 90. And
Greg the Hammer.
Yeah, basically Greg the Hammer Valentine had he'd beaten Ronnie Garvin in a match where where it was like meant to end Ronnie Garvin's career. But Ronnie Garvin kept on coming back. Like he came back as a referee in one match and screwed Greg Valentine over.
Sounds like fucking Taylor Truce over there.
He came back as a ring announcer one time, and he was like, he just properly ripped the piss out of Greg Valentine on his ring announcer.
Definitely sounds like Taylor Truce.
Timo, when you mentioned about Coliseum there, I was thinking the old fucking rape tapes there.
Oh no, Christ!
I was thinking about the fucking Auckland Raiders.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to bid you all a fond farewell.
Yes, we need to be. It's been 3 hours for us, so we need to be.
Been a stint. I mean, we might as well start things as a show, to be honest. But James, hit us with some fucking promotions for your show. Hit us with some PR. Smash us in.
Right. So the 31st Halloween down Dorden Youth and Community Centre. We have a stack card, and I cannot wait for this. And
what's the capacity?
I think they're insured around 150, between 150 to 200.
Is that with or without the Broskis?
That'll be probably all in all. Probably, I think, all in all.
So the 198 tickets.
Well.
That sounds like a very conservative answer. Like, we want to know, are we included?
Are you included? Well, Steve is, because you're going trick-or-treating.
Fuck, no. Scratch, rewind. I said it. If Steve's there, I'm there.
Are you going then?
If Steve's there, I'm there. We've got to be.
Can we give our sponsor a shout? Our sponsor for this show a shout as well?
Well, we haven't got a sponsor.
We haven't got a sponsor.
Yeah, we have though for the next show. Can we give our sponsor for the next show a shout?
Go on then.
It's. I can't remember.
Did someone else see it?
I can't remember. Northeast Print. Is it Northeast Printing Solutions?
Northeast Printing Services.
I don't know if we can do that because we've got a mate who's a printer.
So thank you very much for that.
Yeah. We'll speak after the show, but we've got to meet who runs a printing company so we can maybe put you in the right direction. But for now, that'll do.
I've got a mate who's a printer as well. He's called Lex Mark.
Called what? Lex? Oh, fucking hell.
I think he's called out the big ones there. I think that's exactly what that is.
Sorry.
Well, you're not going trick-or-treating now, Martin?
Not now, no.
I'm coming to the show, so he can't see his day out. It's a branding thing. It's a Beard Brothers branding thing is what it is. You know what it is, right? He doesn't want to say that I got to the wrestling
I'm
show
the guy there as well.
and I make it fantastic, and people's like, why has he got you, my brother?
I want to give a shout out to our production team that's going to be traveling up and north and down south, called BA Productions. They're going to come up with the setups, the lighting effect. He's already done other wrestling promotions. I've had really good feedback. I've seen some good stuff, and he's going to make this show look really good.
So before the show starts, when you're introducing everybody, like, if me and Steve can get a walkout in and welcome to the show, your special announcer for the evening, Be Both Sued, we need a lighting and music effect coming out of that show, out of that curtain.
What song was show coming out of?
Chili Peppers.
Yeah, Can't Stop.
Yeah.
To the shindig. Yes, that's our song.
That's it. That's it.
Hang on a second. That's Philip Michaels from PCW.
We'll punch that cunt all out and all. We'll punch him all out.
Oh, I tell you what, you'd be.
But he doesn't own that music. The Red Hot Chili Peppers do. So when people say it's certain people's music, do they have permission?
Not in our eyes. He's a cunt. We're not.
We the Broskis. We deserve that music.
Phil Michaels did. He's a canny enough lad. I mean, I went down to the non-wrestler day at PCW just to see what was kicking about elsewhere. And he was I had a good bit back and forth with him after he made a slight mistake on his ring announce on his when I was announcing him. Because he's from Accrington, and someone had said this just before I was ring announcing. Exactly. So I mean, instead of introducing him as Philip Michael, I introduced him as Philip Stanley. Yeah.
Well, all I can see there.
I've been there before.
Aye.
All I can see is that geezer coming to CCW to wrestle 2 announcers. That's all I can see happening for the fight for the rights.
No, Marty, reverse back. All I can see is that guy coming to CCW to get beat.
I didn't want to see that. I wanted a little bit for long, so I want to see the fight. James, there's your title right there. There's your main event.
I'll be honest with
you. When are we going to get just handed the titles, the tag team titles? Because we're the best tag team you got.
We're the tag team's waiting to happen.
I'll give a couple of spoilers, Martin, what to look out for on the night. So we have the Rockstar Rob Bagwell taking on Palmer.
My guy Palmer is going to completely wipe the floor with him.
Mug Palmer.
I'm neutral on this one.
The floor with Bagwell and that little harlot that comes with him.
Hey, Davey, keep.
Is he talking about some Maria?
Keep your ear on that one, dude. I've got something in mind.
Good.
I'll keep tabs on some Maria. Okay, don't worry.
Don't you worry. I'll keep tabs on some Maria. Don't you worry about that. There. Don't you worry.
That sounds fucking bit ropey. That like
it can sound exactly as it is. I'll keep tabs on some Maria.
Why does Mr. McGregor look like he's fucking a little?
Martin,
Mr. McGregor. How are you doing, sir? You all right?
Mr. McGregor, turn your light on.
Martin.
Mr. McGregor, you look weird on my screen.
You look weird on everybody's screen.
Fucking hell. It's like the guy of Fantasm.
It's like looking at Paul Bearer.
That's Taylor gone. Where's Taylor?
Taylor bailed. He bailed, yeah.
I saw what was I going to say, Martin? We also going to have a tables match between the Hardcore Kid and Hammerhead.
Ooh, I like the Hardcore Kid.
That's a good fight right there. That's a good
Actually,
fight.
Actually, the Hardcore Kid.
Hardcore
me and Marty on Facebook.
Yes, he having us. Yes. What a guy.
If I'd known that was going to be a lucha thing, I would have probably done something different for everybody's view.
We are for the Hardcore Kid. Add us on Facebook, the Hardcore Kid, our boy.
And then we're going to have Tomby coming up from Coventry this time, definitely. And he's bringing his coffin, and Dustin's bringing the coal, and we're going to have a covered and coal coffin match.
Dustin Hart all day long. Dustin Hart for the win.
Reverie. So, and then we've got the debut. These are the matches, but these ones to look out for. Then we have the debut of the Battle Royal at the end.
I'm involved. Definitely involved.
Fighting?
Hey?
Who's Pickering fighting? Or is he just going to be
Pickering? We'll figure something, but it looks like the Reverend is making his gob go with the Elite lately. So
get the Reverend involved. I'm rooting for the Reverend, mate. Get him in the ring.
I'm Elite all the way.
I know you don't like McGregor.
But I like the Elite. Because they've got that big guy.
That's because he's scared of Sean. That's the scared of carnage.
Absolutely. Sean, he has muscle where muscle shouldn't be.
Muscles in the locker room,
places. That's the alternative.
As in the famous words of one McGregor, speed over power.
Oh.
Bang, bang.
Can you hear us, Colin?
Absolutely.
You okay, dude?
That's very dark. That is very dark right there. Oh my god.
The fucking demon headmaster.
Yeah.
Somebody screenshot that right now. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
How do you screenshot on your phone, James?
I screenshot 2 seconds.
Get his camera up.
I've done it.
That's it right there. That is the demon right there, isn't it? Like, talking about Finn Balor, McGregor walked out with this. Boom.
You know what, though, McGregor? You look 100 times better.
Hey, have you,
sorry.
So when you mentioned the Demon Headmaster there, the guy that played him, the guy that played the original one, Terrence Hardiman, he is the one person I know of anyway that when he did a Werther's original advert, right, and it was only on TV for like two weeks. Apparently kids were getting scared of it.
Aye.
Because like
if I was to compare Colin to anyone now, it would be Patrick Moore, the fucking Games Master.
I was going to say the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, I swear to God, Sean Duffy's got your cards. Mark that next fucking fight.
You can come out. I'll hit him with me crutch. Just a couple of fucking wide bags on his arms,
I tell you what, James, you've got some fucking creative juices got to flow from this fucking invitation conversation. Absolutely class.
Is Colin all right?
I think he has a stroke, to be honest.
One quick question, Barris. At Dordon Community Centre, they sell alcohol?
No, I don't do they?
So
Marty will take a 12-pack.
Is it bring it on?
They don't have a license to sell it, but I did ask if we do a competition to sell, like, obviously, like a bottle of fucking.
So you can drink it on.
I'll ask about that. If not, just have fuel before you go and then go out.
No. Forget that. If that's the case, not James. You have our bottle of vodka for the competition giveaway, which we are winning. Then we are good for that.
No, Marty. What we'll do, we'll just pump some Maker's Mark in a 2-litre bottle of Coke.
That's it.
Right.
Hit plus to cool us down.
Right. Here's how one particular venue that I was aware of that didn't serve alcohol or didn't have a license to serve alcohol got around it. They basically had had the stock of beers with numbers on it, 1 to 500. They had a separate raffle book, and they basically had a tombola. Every ticket was a winner. You want to
when it went round, ticket number 1's won, ticket number 2's won, ticket number 3's won.
James, do you think if we do that?
Sorry, Martin, what did you say?
If you think like on the next show, if we do a tombola like Broskis, if we do a tombola, say like we have 3 T-shirts to win here, could we do something like that?
Of course you can. If you want to donate something to raffle off and to kind of help and get your thing up there a little bit.
Sure, we could do something like get a Big Brothers hoodie. Represent.
Why not? Why not?
Oh, it's better than the fucking
the eyes off Colin. I don't know if anyone else.
That's weird. Is he dead? Are you there, McGregor? Are you still alive, my friend?
Davey, I'm never dead.
He's horrible, isn't he? I'm gone.
You just look weird. You just look like
what?
Like
listen to Sixth Sense.
It's like a dead cat head
from here. How I can see
dead people.
And that's what he's like.
You ever seen Ghostbusters 2 where that oil painting sends out that guy? Yes. I'm Vigo.
Hey, Ghostbusters, my favourite movie. Did it be
great film?
Lander and McGregor.
I don't think it just looks like a decapitated head.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what it looks like?
You're all getting.
Oh, Tolly.
I was just going to say, mate, He's all getting freaked out about it, and I'm sitting here thinking he's thinking of Holyoke Red Dwarf. Yeah, you got the right.
Yeah,
Jim was
Holyoke
thinking-
Red Dwarf.
Dick was thinking, I've seen a few of these on my trips here, like, and I know what's going on here, right? So I'm just leaving it here.
So
I've
I've had an acid trip like this once.
I hate to be that guy who pulls a stump to it now, but we've been kicking on for a while now, and it's been an absolute mint show, and I didn't want just to drag on for dragging on's sake, so I'm gonna nip it in the bud. It's been an absolute fantastic show. Like James, you, Davey, Lord Stone, McGregor, Taylor, it's been an absolute fucking pleasure having you on the show. Like, just to chat.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Davey. You're
You
welcome.
appreciate more than what we do.
Be yourself, will you?
Actually,
Like, this is the good and the bad side of it. Oh, fuck, talking about the bad side, now he's right there.
Can I be really cheeky and plug the radio program on
Mate,
here?
you plug anything you want to plug.
OTH on Nova Radio Northeast, Fridays between 12 midday and 2 p.m. and on Monday nights is the after hours the other hours between 10 p.m. and midnight. Nova Radio Northeast 102.5 in the Tyneside area, and also online at www.novaradio.co.uk.
No, 100%. Like, Demo, if you send us the link for your radio, like when I upload this tomorrow, or when these fans listen to it now, I'll plug all links to the description of the video. So check out the links in the description. They'll have CCW, Instagram, Facebook, Nova Radio.
Mr. McGregor.
No, it'll have Brewskis with the Broskis, Instagram, Facebook. That's all we need to see.
Can I just put in here? Are we finishing now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We are finishing now. We will finish on 5 words.
Oh, I bet this is the words of the Lord.
Protest! Udakari!
Yeah. So in other words, forget that boring reverend, because
we'll finish with our words.
We will do what everyone do. Nobody finished above Brewskis the Broskis.
I've got a little bit of a Latin retort for that, mate, and that's sanguis vita est et tenebrae responsam meam.
That means ignore that boring fucker right in the corner.
And this is the Brewskis, the Broskis finishing move.
This is how
We're the
we do it.
Brewskis.
These were the Broskis.
No, we've done that wrong, mate.
We're
the Broskis.
These were the Brewskis.
And now we're off skis.
Have a lovely weekend, guys. Stay safe. Be brothers out. Take care.
Be happy.
And that bad boy right.